going back to Cali.
Oh, God.
I had to, man. Hey, man, what it is, what it ain't. It's the voice of the O. You already know. We are back for episode 33 of the From the Jump podcast, or the Salty Sooner podcast, whatever you want to call it, man. It's a good day
No,
here in the O, man.
How you live in Oklahoma and say
Very
that?
good day, because I'm not from
That
here.
is kind of crazy.
That's
I'm not
crazy.
from
man.
here.
You may not be from here, but you are.
You've been here majority of your life.
Your roots are here.
Crazy.
Like I don't like OU or OSU, but like I do want to see them win.
Yeah,
I was happy to see
you
OU
want our state
lose.
to
but
represent the right way.
They're
That's
going to get represented the right way in the Big 12 championship.
That's facts.
All right, man. I'm your host, DJ, with a few of my co-hosts, the bro hosts. You know how it go, though. Man to my left.
Big Tony.
Yes, sir. The man behind the camera.
Alex in the building.
Yes, sir. The man to my far right.
William.
Billy Earl,
Billy
man.
Earl.
So, do we want to go ahead and get the elephant out the room?
I mean, you might as well. We might as well get on it now.
Big day, big day. So,
we might as well talk about the game first.
yeah, let's
talk
go
about the
ahead
game
and go
first.
back to the game. Will you? I know you got the stats or something pulled up, or you might have the press conference pulled up.
I'll go ahead and touch on the things. As an OSU fan,
Mm-hmm.
I got to admit some of the bad calls that happened late. That was crazy, first off. But I'd take a win at home any way I can get it.
Stillwater was jumping.
Hey, yo, I can take it because we obviously don't win at home very often.
Yeah.
And if y'all watched Gundy's record in Bedlam through his playing career, assistant coaching and head coaching, he was like 0 for 5 or 0 for 4 as a player.
Yep.
He was like 1 for 5 as assistant, 2 for 14 as the head.
Ain't no way.
Bro, I'm like,
Ain't no way.
so that just glorified what I say is in the Bedlam game, he just nut up, man. I don't know what happens, but this game, I would rightly say the defense stepped up, did what they had to do.
True.
Spencer tried to throw the game away, in my opinion. Just made, and I looked at it like whoever was gonna mess up last, the other team was gonna win. So then OU obviously fumbled late. OSU takes over. That's just how it goes. How I seen it, but
Donald Trump definitely gave him a call, congratulating him after that.
what?
Like Gundy, what you
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
'cause
was like,
Gundy-
what?
I was like, Paul, yo, what's going on?
Gundy best friend? They best friend.
Yeah, they, he wore that.
That was only a year ago
that shirt.
that he wore the OAN shirt.
Yeah,
Is that wild?
yo.
Him and Alex Jones kicked it after.
I don't know.
Bet money.
I don't.
Okay.
Bet money.
And Kyle Rittenhouse.
He said, "Wow,
Bet money.
not
So,
written."
yeah, you know, Kyle Rittenhouse is up there, big chillin', press box. So, Will, Billy Earl,
What up?
talk to us, man. I know you are not as stunned as the rest of the world, especially like you said, if you had to bet money that on OU going 2-0 or 0-2, you'd probably bet 0-2. So
Right.
tell us your mindset.
Didn't we bet the Bedlam game?
We did not bet the Bedlam game.
No, they
you
did
didn't,
not.
you didn't take it.
I thought it was another game.
I thought on camera we
I thought it
bet
was
it.
something.
No.
We did.
You
I
it's
just
something.
edited it twice, so I would.
I swear they did. It
was
was like right
something.
before the end of the podcast.
It was something.
I
Yeah.
promise you, I ain't bet that.
I got the score right, just on the wrong sides. So, man, I thought it was awesome. Like I was texting everybody. I was like, if you'd have told me that going into the game that Oklahoma would have a fumble recovery, a safety, a blocked punt,
Right.
an interception, and I was like, I don't know what Oklahoma team you watching, but it ain't OU.
It wasn't the one from
You
all
know?
year.
For real. So, I thought they I thought it was a much better game than of course going into it.
Right.
The offense, I don't know what Oklahoma team that was that played that first half, but that was a team that everybody had expected to see the entire season.
For sure.
Like that, if that team right there, they would if you'd have seen that first half team the entire season, we'd going into Bedlam at what 10-0 and be playing again this weekend. So everything kind of landed your way. I don't know what happened as far as like Oklahoma State's defense. It's weird they were in zone the entire time and then finally switched to man, or they were in man the entire time and then finally switched to zone like in the second half. I thought Spencer Sanders looked a little flustered, and I thought Mike Gundy looked a little flustered. Like you can tell, like it was
Always.
they were all on their shoulders, and all you got to do is win this football game, and you're playing for Big 12 championship.
Yeah.
And
First
so-
one ever.
Yeah, that's wild.
Ain't that
'Cause
crazy?
In 2011 or 14, obviously, like it wasn't here, so they were the Big 12 champs, but they didn't have the game for it. Everything for OU, that's it. That's what you wanted. You win the time of possession, you win the third down, you win the turnover margin. Like that's it. You have to win that game.
All right.
It sucked. I mean,
Second half play calling was weird, but I didn't realize that they were dropping so many in coverage.
Yeah,
So he couldn't throw the ball downfield.
exactly. They did the umbrella coverage, which I don't understand. Again, this is the exact same thing all season. They rushed 3, and they were getting home to Caleb with ease.
Facts.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's a little ridiculous, but
I felt like in the first half they were blocking the blitz better than they were the 3
they
minute
did.
rush.
Everything was great.
It was
Everything
It was really
freaking
strange.
amazing. You could run the ball. You could pass. I was like, dude, where's this team been in all season?
Right.
But I mean, right towards the end of the first half, you know, you get that. What was it, either pick six, I believe it was, maybe. Send it 24-24. Like I was like, this is it.
Oh yeah, Woody.
Like I was like, first of all, what this was the like score that everybody thought it would be like at the end of the game, 24-17. I was like, that's the end of this game. Like that's it. Okay, cool, bye.
All right.
I was like, it's 24-24 at halftime. I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's first one to 50 wins. In the second half, only one team came out of halftime in the second half. So there's a lot really to dive into, and I don't want to like just take over for an hour to go over it, but there's a lot of that just kind of really drove me crazy. I don't understand why. First and foremost, I don't have any clue why Aaron Gray is back there returning punts. He muffed a punt against Iowa State, and I don't know why
Didn't
he's back
Mims used to
there.
return it?
Mims was a great returner. I don't know why he's not back there.
Yeah.
Which everything that I could complain about all came to light as to why. So
We're gonna get to that. Say that.
really trying to remain calm right now, so it's all making sense.
Right.
Every complaint that I've had, turns out great, awesome. So
So what do you think about the conspiracy that the refs was trying?
Man,
You know what I'm saying? The Big 12 refs
when it
over
comes
there
to like
trying
Probably.
I'm saying the Big 12 didn't want OU to win.
yeah, facts.
I'm sure they probably didn't want him to win. I don't know. It's bad for business to try to say it's it's paying him off and all that dumb shit like that.
Right.
I don't think that was the case at all. I'm sure that Bob Bowles is sitting back there like I really hope OSU wins this. I don't doubt it. I'm sure every team in the Big 12 is looking back. Wave your wheat. I'm sure nobody wants. I mean, I get it. This team's won 6 straight. Okay, I get it. On the verge of winning their 7th straight. That's okay. I get it. That's fine.
A little home cooking.
Makes
too.
sense.
Because that was definitely pass interference.
It is.
I mean,
what
I'm
it
just
is.
saying.
I didn't realize they called the unnecessary roughness when he pushed the running back over and then they put the flag up. I didn't know they actually called it and then reversed the call.
I'm not one to ever go and just blame refs.
Yeah.
Like the first thing there's refs, because usually if that's where you are, something else happened in that ball game to where there's
No
you
doubt.
can always go back and look. We didn't get that first down. We ran when we should have passed it.
Facts.
We got conservative. Whatever the case is, you can always go back and look at something as to what happened. Why you didn't win that football game outside of a hold or a missed PI. That being said, that was not a great officiated football game.
No.
On both sides. Even if OU wins that game, I'm just like, bro, OSU got hosed on a few of these.
Yeah.
Like, there was a few hold calls. Like, first of all, Perrion Winfrey is way too good to be jumping snaps like that. Like, if you can get it, you can jump it successfully, jump it. How do you get 5 offsides, bro?
Yeah.
You're way too good for that. Same thing that happened with Brian Osmo in Kansas. Dude, you're looking at the ball. All you got to do, your hand is in the dirt. The ball's right there.
There was a couple times Benito was like spot on.
And all the
he
OSU
actually did
fans
good.
that were all pissed off whenever it was a safety, he jumped the snap.
Quick.
That was a great jump.
I mean,
I don't
it
know
was
what to tell
almost
you.
perfect.
He jumped that snap.
Yeah.
Because it was very clear, like the other two, like later that happened later in like the second or third quarter. I was like, that's clearly an offside right there. The other ones, you can be in that zone as long as you're not past that ball or even close to it. I'm just like, bro, that was just a good jump. I don't know what to tell you. And what did I tell you? As soon as we recovered that safety, I was like, we needed that to be a touchdown.
You did
Those
say that.
you have to have as a touchdown in games like that. I was like, that's you got to have that as a touchdown. And then of course, a couple of our guys were like, we'll get the ball back. We got to score, be up 9. Man, if you can score it, guess what? 3 and out. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. OSU running it's one of those situations too. If you can take that OSU defense out of it, you can take the Boone Pickens out of it. You just got to keep your foot on the throat. If you'd have asked OU fans in the stands, or OSU fans in the stands when it's 24-24 at halftime, what do you think? OU fans, I promise you, were jumping around like crazy, and OSU fans were like, Where's our team at?
Here we go again.
I'm telling you, everybody with the Crimson jersey on was like, yeah, we got it. Because
Right.
those are the games we come out at halftime like, oh, that's it, you're done. Because Mike Gundy, there's no reason why you give up 24 to OU in that situation.
doubt.
There's no way. Self-inflicted 24, to say the least. There's no way that happens. At home? Come on, Mike.
Yeah.
This is where you get to be like, no, I'm not losing to Lincoln or Bob or whoever on that sideline over there in an OU jersey. I'm done. We're done with that. Like, you clearly have the better team. Put your foot on the throat, put them to rest. I was like, bro, whatever happens. We get the ball back at halftime. Let's do it. And then, of course, it just fell apart. A lot of misplays. We were held, shut out in the second half. Caleb had 6 or 7 completions in the second half. Just
That was rough.
completely. I'm telling you, they rushed 3, dropped 8, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, Stogner disappeared after the first half.
I mean,
Nobody knows what happened with Stoops. Because
I don't know,
as
man.
far as we knew, he was clear to play.
yeah,
So nobody knows what happened with him.
yep.
But they were going to the H-back and Stogner all first half. So
Yeah.
then they start, obviously dropping a lot.
It's one of those that you just go away from what you're doing. And I
Run
don't
the
understand
ball.
because Kennedy Brooks had a phenomenal game.
Average
And you
6.6 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Run the ball.
And you just kept going away from him.
A 3-man rush, you don't run the ball.
I don't
That
even know
makes
how
no
they get
sense.
home on a 3-man rush ever. Even with as bad as OU's O-line is, there's no way that they get home on a 3-man.
And a backup
Like,
center.
that's so
That probably
stupid,
doesn't help.
man.
You think coaching played a part?
Uh-oh.
I'm fucking
Just
with
to
you.
get away from the run, I don't understand what that was. I will tell you that my heart sank whenever we got the ball back and it was our last possession, and you see Caleb Williams take off, and I thought it reminded me of the Kyler Murray whenever we were against Texas,
Oh, yeah.
and we were down 21 points, and he goes and takes off down the field, and I was like, okay, when we're at our like 10, 15 yard line, when he takes off and he gets to about the 40. I'm like, all right, you get out of bounds. We don't have timeouts. There's about, 50, 55 seconds left. You got to go half the length of the field in 50 seconds. You can do it because the clock stops at the first down. He cuts back outside. He runs back inside. I said, oh, dear God. I was like, he's about to go. Woke my child up and everything. Screaming. I'm on my third beer at this point, coughing like crazy because I had the flu. And I was like, let's do it. Go, go. And then he gets out at, the 20, 25? And I'm like, oh, dear God. Like, I'm telling you, if you go in there and you could go back and rewind as OSU fans, I promise you, no one in there is thinking that, oh, we're about to win this game. OU gets to the OSU 20, 25 yard line, and there's 45 seconds left? Oh, bro. Yeah, I was like, this is it. We got this. And I'm just like,
You just gonna casually say you had the flu and put this past Saturday?
bro, yeah, man. Came down with it
He did.
Wednesday.
I talked to him. He
Yeah, it
sound
was
rough.
awful,
Yeah,
man.
you still talking like that's just like you ain't getting nobody no heads up.
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
Saturday.
Yeah,
Fuck my immune system. Fuck.
I'm fine.
He don't
bro.
drink water, so.
It's the flu, not COVID. He
Yeah, I'm
said.
fine now. It's
You asked me the same thing, but we ain't. My fault. But
yeah,
anyways,
it was pretty rough.
I ain't gonna lie though. I'm like that nigga. When he did that, I was like that nigga's a winner, bro.
I
Like,
think
that
for
was a different
sure.
level. He took off like that. I was
Yeah.
like, that
You
nigga's
got
a
to think,
winner.
if he didn't get tripped in that last play, he making the first down.
Yeah, I thought so too. Or
And,
fourth
and
10.
that's
Yeah.
the biggest fight you got about Oklahoma State's defense is they're going to battle to the end.
Yeah, they will.
If that dude just didn't go out there and die for his life
Yep.
and just try to slap his leg, they probably win that game.
Mm-hmm.
And just because he got tapped, it was over. I was stressed. He took off running. I'm thinking he has all this.
Yeah, and I didn't see how much because the way that ABC was showing it, it was the
Right,
side
you only
view.
could
And I was
see it,
like,
yeah.
okay, so he's going to get out about the 30 or the 40. When he cuts back inside, Herbstreit was like, and he has nothing but green grass in
I'm
front of him. I'm
talking
just
about.
like,
I was like, oh my goodness.
and then they like at the replay, they turned the camera around. I'm like, holy cow!
if he would have just bumped it, like
Oh,
if he
yeah.
was Kyler Murray fast,
Oh, that's a
He's-
touchdown.
he's
That's a
right.
touchdown.
He's
and
a-
he's obviously pretty quick. But I was like that. You could tell that defense again was like, I gotta get this dude.
Yeah.
And luckily it happened. And Caleb knew. Like I think he knew in his mind, if I would have got loose, I was scoring this football.
Spencer Rattler would have did it.
What?
he wouldn't have made it that far.
He would have got sacked long
But yeah,
time
they
ago.
wouldn't zooming out, and I'm thinking he had nothing but field.
Yeah,
like because
for
they
sure.
wasn't zooming out fast enough,
Yeah.
and then I was like, damn,
Because
bro.
they actually brought a blitz that play. So then there's too many guys. He breaks it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, no way. And there he goes. I was like, oh my Lord.
Man, so
As an OSU fan, my heart drops to my stomach, and I'm nervous.
Oh yeah.
He gets hit. I'm like, oh my goodness, let's go.
Because that's
Finally
exactly
won.
how those situations go in that type of game.
Yeah.
OSU comes in. There's been about 5 or 6 times OSU has come into that game with the better team, and then OU just makes that one final just gut punching. That's what makes Bedlam so hard for OSU fans, because they don't just lose like regularly. Like it's just like, oh, we lost 21-24, and then it is what it is. No. You get gut punched, and you're like, all right, we have a little bit of a chance, and then all of a sudden you're dropped off a cliff with no heads up. And I'm just like, that sucks for OSU fans. Like, it's great for, obviously OU fans, but I'm like, with those, that's how that works.
No doubt.
And that's exactly how that, would have happened, last Saturday. But,
And then whatever happened after kind of ruined the excitement for OSU.
man, it just there were definitely some missed calls, I think, on both sides. And it's very easy to say there's a lot of game changing calls that were missed
doubt.
on both sides. That's where that's what I hate about referees in that situation. Like, just if you call it in the first quarter, half, or whatever, call it in the fourth.
Yeah.
Like, that's what my biggest thing is. And there was a lot that missed. I thought there was a few PIs that were missed on OSU. Brendan Presley caught that. That was a touchdown. I'm saying he caught that touchdown. He caught it, rolled over, and then Woody Washington
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just like
bro.
that's now. Of course, Spencer Sanders does go off for a ridiculous.
You see who was
that
over there
he should
fighting
have
for
scored
that.
on that.
You
shit.
see who was on the sideline fighting for that catch. You see who that was?
He caught that ball too.
Des Bryant was over there like
Yes,
that's a
sir.
catch.
Uh-huh.
That is a catch. Because what else? What else could he do?
Yeah.
My guy from work was like, Des thinks everything's a catch.
It's like his personality now. I feel like that nigga just lived off.
That's what he's
one
known
moment.
for, bro.
No, I
That
know, but
drop.
it's just crazy. I'm like, nigga lived off that moment.
That's and we already met last week about Tony Romo. That changes his legacy.
Right.
That wasn't for the NFC championship. That was a game to go
Yeah,
to it.
Go
Yeah.
to it.
And I'm just like, I don't know that Dallas loses. That year, I picked Dallas to be in the Super Bowl. And I'm just like, yeah.
With who at quarterback?
Tony Romo
I was just
still
asking.
suck, nigga.
I was
give
just
a
asking.
damn
I
if
just
Derek Carr-
forgot. We'll talk
And that
about
and
later.
you talk about, I know we're sidetracking here. That was a tremendous throw on fourth down to get
Absolutely.
By
to get
who?
Romo
Okay.
to get him the ball.
Just wanted-
Hey, yeah, how many turnovers did he have that game? Go back and look at it.
He
But
is
I'm
a
just
turnover
like,
machine.
hey,
He's like Russell
that
Westbrook,
was.
kinda.
I thought it was a catch. I thought it was a catch.
Ain't nobody compared to that nigga.
Hey,
That nigga
Russell
won
Westbrook
the
the last 2 games though, but we'll get there.
We'll talk
We
about
got a
it.
lot of games
So-
left, nigga.
Yeah, I thought it was good stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
You
If
think
that's
so? You think coaching played a part in all that?
Oh,
For OSU or OSU?
Okay, go ahead, continue.
Yeah,
No,
if that's I'm sorry.
No,
If that's the last battle that we get in Stillwater, I'm here for it.
yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
No, I think it's crazy because I don't watch too many OU games, or if I do, I usually watch what I think will be competitive ones. And
Haterade.
for a lot, I just don't fuck with them. But
How you
for a
know-
lot,
Never mind.
No, let him
I'm
go.
saying these niggas talking about competitive ones. Alabama won 55-0. Ain't shit.
I don't watch all the Alabama games. I don't watch teams I feel like we should beat.
I wouldn't either.
What team do you feel like you should win in the SEC?
I mean Georgia,
You
Florida
don't
games.
play them, but
usually.
you don't play them to the end.
I know LSU, Auburn,
They both
Texas A&M, Mississippi State, Ole
both all
Miss.
trash-tastic.
Okay, they'll be
Go ahead.
most of the teams in Big 12.
wouldn't.
But, anyways, so I'm watching the game or watch a few of them, and it's like through the season, I've seen less and less of Drake Stoops. I don't know why.
I don't know either.
It was weird.
In
'cause it
my
was
opinion,
like,
he's the best wide receiver. What happened now?
Oh, nothing. I just
Oh,
I know the reason. I do.
Oh, yeah.
Pick me. I'll tell you.
all right.
We'll get to that later.
Okay, but no, and and I think that's where I'm gonna get to. I'm kind of segue into. I just thought it was interesting as I'm watching. I watched about 4 or 5 OU games this season, and then Drake Stoops is just slowly not in the rotation after making. What game was that when he made that block for who was it, Kennedy Brooks or Gray? He scored a
Yeah.
touchdown not too long ago.
Yeah.
And then it was like after that he fell off the face of the map. Didn't see him catch a pass. Didn't see him do
Crazy.
anything.
Say he got hurt there for a second, supposedly, and then sick maybe, but I don't know. That's
Yeah, he was sick, all right.
Hey, yeah, the OU did get hit with the flu bug this week or this last week. I did
Oh.
hear that. There was a lot
Okay.
of kids that were hurt, and I think he might have been one of them that just had to try to battle back.
Might have been some in the air, you know.
And so I'm at the house, and I
Hey,
think
Mike.
I'm going to say about my grandparents. They came to visit for Thanksgiving, and my mom, she gets on her phone and she's like, "Lincoln Riley to USC." I said, "What?" I said, "I thought he was going to LSU. That's the one I knew that he was getting some money from." So me and my dad are going and checking and looking stuff up and trying to see what's going on. I ain't really seeing too much. And I go to Facebook and I see a bunch of people posting it, but it's not official till you see like KFOR, all
I'm
that
at
shit.
practice. ESPN sent my notification. I'm like, oh, geez.
Bro, I'm not gonna let you. I took a nap. I was out.
I was asleep too.
I was watching Cincinnati just absolutely dismantle Pittsburgh. And I was like, I guess I'm gonna go to bed. 'Cause
Yeah.
for whatever reason, I started Pittsburgh's defense in fantasy. Well, whatever.
That was a horrible.
Yeah, it was bad. It was pretty bad. And I was like, I'm just gonna go to sleep. And I woke up and I was like,
Now we full-fledged in practice. We
Yeah.
full-fledged rocking. All of a sudden, Lincoln Riley at USC shut the whole practice down.
bro, just shut
What?
everything down.
Everybody like, what's going on, bro?
Yep.
And then they start sending obviously different information, the money and all that type of stuff. And I'm like, well, for that amount of money, I might have to leave, for the most part on that end. But the way he done it, man, I'm just like, bro.
But I got
As an Okie, that's just not how we handle business, bro. You do it in a very compassionate, understanding, respectful manner. And I don't care if it's business or not at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
to not finish out the season.
Yeah, in the coaching world, man, like I feel like your respect and your confidence that you have for your players and to your program, you gotta, if you're gonna leave, you gotta say it in a respectful way. Like we did it. We sat down with our team, we told them, explained it to them, cried, hugged, shared, whatever, and then went on about our day. But for you to just be like, nah, I'm out, blah blah, and bounce, like, come on, bro.
Fuck that bowl game.
I don't
Alex,
care.
What
I
were
don't
you
care
saying?
about
Honestly, I gotta blame Oklahoma medical marijuana because the Kush wasn't good enough out here.
All right.
What?
That's why he
Yeah,
went
they
to
go
LA.
California.
He better be
That
smoking
nigga-
fat blunts.
I don't think.
Legally,
I don't believe
recreationally.
I don't. What?
I don't believe otherwise. He gonna be smoking Kush in LA.
No, is it legal?
With
In
Snoop.
LA?
Like
It's
recreational? Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's recreational out there.
He's gonna be smoking.
So he definitely about to get some recruits.
Yeah, hella.
I don't doubt it.
Billy Earl, tell us your thoughts. Outside of obviously you watching that Cincinnati Pittsburgh ass whooping.
Uh,
I picked Joe Burrow, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I'm never going to be upset with anybody for trying to better their lives or better their situation. I was really interested to see like what you thought like as a coach, like too, because you went from one to another, and I'm sure that's definitely hard for you, probably hard for your family, and probably hard for like the kids that you impact. Because some of them probably like I've grown to know you over the years because you weren't there just for a year or two, like you were there for some time.
Boy.
I didn't like say anything like on social media, not that I like matter or like care anything, but like just I didn't want to go bash them. There's a lot of people just immediately just wow, which this is the wrong state to screw over when it comes to sports.
Right, Kevin Durant.
Just letting you know, like it's not the state to do that. Here at his press conference just now, a little over like an hour ago, that was a little weak. That was a little weak. Lost a lot of respect for Lincoln Riley. Really had to dig deep, try to find something positive to say about OU. Got a little teary eyed when bro, stop. Just stop.
Will don't even know where to start.
Man, it's just so like the biggest thing to me is like it's about the program and it's about the players.
Absolutely.
If you want to know what a real man looks like and a real coach looks like, look at the interim head coach of Oklahoma right now. Because I don't know if anybody out there saw it, but he had a press conference at 3 o'clock, and let me tell you something. The entire state of Oklahoma that wears crimson and cream was ready to go fight anybody that's going to disrespect OU right now.
Right.
Because we were all up in arms. Like, what the hell are we supposed to do? Because whenever you first heard it, I was like, oh, that really sucks. And it really kind of plays into a lot of, like, there was a lot of narrative out there that Lincoln Riley was kind of checked out this season. There's a lot of special teams issues that he should have been able to fix. There's a lot of situations against Oklahoma State that I'm like, where's our head coach? You're the OC. How is this the fifth or sixth game we've seen a team, West Virginia did it, Texas Tech did it, Texas did it, and now Oklahoma State's doing it. They're rushing 3 and dropping 8, and we have no answer. How does that happen 12 weeks into the season? Oh, I know why. Our head coach is checked out. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Also, too, who else is out there ridiculing Spencer Rattler? Not me. That's one of those fools that probably paid one of the biggest prices about all this Lincoln Riley bullshit.
That's true.
Is that there's no way in hell a player like him is that bad this season. If he was a true freshman coming into this and he looked like that, I'd be like, all right, he just needs time. Spencer Rattler came here for Lincoln Riley. Played out of his mind last season. Took us to a New Year's Six Bowl. We won our 6th Big 12 championship in a row. And I'm like, this kid is awesome. Comes back this season. Now it's a brand new season because it's not a COVID year. So now you're able to be with these kids. Lincoln Riley didn't care. It's very clear. Like how he is with all of these players, all of the, the morale in the locker room, what you see on Twitter, what you hear. He didn't care. Lincoln Riley was already checked out. He had one foot out the door. And then this bullshit about, well, I had to really convince my wife over the last 72 hours.
The fuck?
For starters, there's 2 people in this room that have one of these on.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell my wife today, I'd like to move to Colorado. And then by Thursday, I promise you, we will still be right here. Doesn't matter how much money I'm making, and it doesn't matter what kind of jobs out there. There's no way in hell that you're going to convince your wife, oh, we're going to uproot Oklahoma and then just bounce. You're going to leave all of your family here, and we're bouncing. That's not how that works, Lincoln. That's not how sports work, and that's not how marriage works. Sorry. You can sell that shit to somebody else. No. What happened is we had a bye week. You remember how flat I said we looked after the bye week against Baylor? Wonder why.
Skip practice on Monday. That's
Our head coach was
crazy.
nowhere to be found. That's why. He didn't care about. He was so done and checked out with this. This type of situation, and we don't know like the actual magnitude of his contract. We probably won't because it's a private school, and they don't have to. This whole situation here, it's laughable, and I think it's beyond ridiculous. If you want to go to another, that's fine. Go. That's great. Use OU. Hey, here's my resume. I did well. I want to go to Bama, SC, somewhere else. That's fine. How he did it to these players, that's completely messed up. And then you just uproot Oklahoma football like that. You don't just leave by yourself. You're taking all these ADs with you and these assistants with you.
And players
If
and commits.
Oklahoma started with a little bit of a gash on your wrist, that gash is now starting to turn into you finna die. You're needing blood right now, and there's not a donor in sight. And then guess what? Here comes Bob Stoops. He has no idea how to sit. Like, I don't know how to, clamp it, nothing like that. I can't stitch it up, but I got bandages. And he starts bandaging that bitch up. Let me tell you something. It's still bleeding. Oklahoma's lost 6 recruits since the shit's popped off. We've lost 3 people to the portal. Let me tell you something. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better.
Hell yeah.
And I have all the faith in the world in Joe Castiglione. That is the best athletic director in the nation. And I will go toe-to-toe with anybody who wants to do that.
Yeah.
That is the best AD in the nation. We have a very, very short clock to deal with. We've lost 2 of our best wide receivers and a quarterback. We're on probably the verge of losing number 13. Now, there's no indication that he's leaving. There's no indication that he's staying.
Mm-hmm.
But it's starting to look real bad in Norman, Oklahoma.
Sorry, but I was wondering, how disrespectful do you think it is to Bob Stoops, since Bob Stoops kind of...
It is a massive slap in the face. And you could tell Bob Stoops was pissed.
That-
I don't know if you guys got to see that.
No, you can see it.
Go back and watch it. He looked like he was ready to whoop Lincoln's ass right there. He was pissed off. They were like, how do you feel? He was like, I'm disappointed. And I'm telling you, that's a real coach. That is a real man. And that is a real person of Oklahoma right there, way he handled that.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm very disappointed, really upset, but how I feel is going to be held between me and Lincoln Riley. And immediately, how he answered a lot of those questions was awesome. They're like, well, what do you do about OU football? He said, first of all, no one person is OU football. I'm not. He isn't. Those kids in that locker room, that's OU football. They are the program.
Yeah, I seen that.
And I was like, the way he handled that press conference was freaking amazing. And I'm just like, dude, that right there. Like, we were all on life support. And Bob Stoops comes up, hey, you need some water? I got you. You need a bandage? I got you. I'm just like, this dude right here is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, all of Oklahoma fans, Norman, all over the country, like, we were all like, what are we going to do? Because with situations like this is what happens to teams like Nebraska. So you got Bo Pelini who leaves, and you got a lot of all these assistants that jump ship with him. Guess what? They're still fighting for their lives.
Mm-hmm.
There's a team down south still fighting for their lives. You see what I'm saying? When you have one guy that goes and all these other guys that go, if you don't stop that bleeding fast, you're going to lose a lot. You're losing recruits. You're losing players that are currently there. You're losing other coaches. And then you start to lose boosters.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the flip side, just if I can pause the OU fandom,
Go ahead.
for SC, that's a huge-ass get.
Right. I mean, that'd be top.
That's a
Pac-12
huge
quick.
get.
Quick.
He doesn't want to run the ball. That's fine. Pac-12 don't run the ball.
Yeah, they don't run the ball.
They'll throw the ball 37 times a game. And a half, probably. You understand that USC is hot garbage right now, don't you?
Are they that bad?
They are
They're
awful.
dog
Yeah.
shit.
They ain't been good.
They are
since
bad,
I think
bad.
this is who? Mark Sanchez?
Oh, that's
At
right.
least.
That's what goes back to his statement. Like, I want the competition. I want new challenges, whatever.
That's cute.
And I'm like,
Your challenge was to win the national championship.
well,
But
but I'm saying if y'all moving to SEC, ain't that the biggest challenge?
not
Fact.
SEC. It's
No, he's saying. Why would you
No, I'm
say
saying-
that if
Oh,
you
yeah,
had the
yeah,
opportunity
yeah,
to go
that's
play?
true.
Because that's what
true.
I've been hearing in the reports. Was I believe that that it is.
That's what he said.
He
Yeah.
was terrified to go
I
to
understand
the
that.
SEC.
I mean,
Thank you,
that's
Will.
fair.
He was terrified to go to the
No,
SEC.
he's rightly so. Yeah,
he
obviously
knew
it's been reported. He's said it many
Lincoln Riley
times.
felt that he did not have the administration's back. Like the administration didn't have his back, and he didn't have the correct administration to go and be successful in the SEC.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is why that's why he's no longer at OU, and that's why he went somewhere like SC. Because you can go jump around and just play slap day out there and be fine. You get to play UCLA.
what
Oh,
I'm
big
saying.
boy.
Yeah.
You get to play Oregon State. Oh, whew, anybody scared of them? Let me tell you something. Oregon and Utah, those aren't pushovers.
No.
I'm telling you right now, Utah, I don't know what is going on in the state of Utah.
Going crazy.
Before you say anything. Those fools up there, if you come out and you're flat and you come out conservative, they will beat you down. Did anybody see what they just did to Oregon?
Yes, sir.
Kayvon Thibodeau was nowhere to be found.
No.
And he's probably the top 5 picks right now. So I'm just like,
And when they had Kendall and them, they was getting busy.
Kendall's getting to it.
exactly. TJ Pledger,
Yes,
the running back that
Pledger.
just transferred up there, looks phenomenal up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, careful what you ask for. No, that's fine. Go ahead. You can go to a shitty conference like the Pac-12. That's fine. I'll talk to anybody about Pac-12. They're not good.
Because if you go over there and suck, it's gonna be awful.
It's not good. There's a reason why I think with the X amount of years that we've had the playoffs, they've made it, 3 times?
Mm-hmm.
Oregon's been in there. You got Curb Stomp by Ohio State. You know, so it's just not great.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to compare conferences, Big 12, Pac-12, that's fine. I'll put OU against anybody in the Pac-12 right now. I'll put Baylor up there. I'll damn sure put Oklahoma State up there, and I'll put Iowa State up there. Let's roll. You see what I'm saying? You saw what Brees Hall just did on Saturday. Pretty sure he'll do that against the Pac-12.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, no. I also love we're just gonna get up here. You know, we're gonna win championships, and that's what we're gonna try to go up here and do. I'm not gonna get any false promises or anything like that to you guys. So I want you to know that I'm here. We're gonna try to get this program better. We're gonna try to win. What? You're not here to give false promises? Lincoln, what were you saying? Why is everybody in an OU shirt, hat, underwear, whoever? Why are we pissed off today? OU fans are pissed off because we just lost to OSU and we are not playing on Saturday. There is no reason ever why the University of Oklahoma is not competing for a Big 12 championship every single year. Doesn't matter if we're playing OSU, Baylor, Iowa State, Texas, Kansas. Doesn't matter. We should be in that game every single year, and it shouldn't even be close.
Right.
Absolutely.
You were the one down there hooting and hollering during Big 12 Media Day. It's nice to be from our second home away from home. We're competing for a national championship this year. That's fake and false promises, Lincoln. That's why we're so pissed off. I don't give two shits where he decides to go or what he decides to do. That's fine. How he left, completely shitty. Yeah. It was a massive slap in the face. Let me tell you something. If we have to die for somebody between Bob Stoops and Lincoln Riley, Lincoln, it ain't you. Like, he was given a brand new Mercedes-Benz with no problems. He drove it into the ground, and all of it needed was a tire rotation and an oil change. He decides to dish it for a 97 Civic that ain't got an engine.
Yeah.
Go ahead, cool, because I'm taking your phone back because you ain't getting AAA.
Facts.
Not on my dime. And that's the other thing that's super pissed off about a lot of OU fans. He did all of this on the dime of the University of Oklahoma. You recruited. You used OU resources to get your ass all the way out to Southern California. We paid for that. All this recruiting, all of this going behind the scenes, like, yeah, that's shady.
It's crazy.
That's not how that works.
Because now all these California guys are just decommitting and going to go commit there later, probably.
And see, and you not only screw Oklahoma currently for this bowl game, whatever it is, who Alamo Bowl,
Think they're
Cheese
gonna play
Bowl,
it or
whatever. Oh yeah, we'll play
Yeah,
it.
they'll play
We
it.
got Bob
They'll
Stoops
play
as a
it.
Yeah, because I heard a story that they might
Bob.
not. Because
they
if
playing?
Caleb decides not
They
to
don't
play,
do that.
then who's going to be the
I mean,
quarterback?
well, Ralph Rutger.
Is that the Penn State transfer?
Yeah, that's our third string.
Yeah.
We lost one quarterback, might as well lose the other one.
Yeah.
Let's really see what our talent is, Lincoln.
Real quick, Will, do you think the NCAA should do something about schools being able to reach out to coaches during a season like that? Because I think that's weird as hell. I don't think players can do that.
I mean, it's the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
but
you
like,
got is Big
I
12
feel like they're
champs.
still fucked up though. I don't know. That's just me though. Because I feel like NBA, NFL, shit like that can't go on. Like, that's tampering and they act weird about this shit. But I feel like NCAA being strict about damn near everything, I feel like that'd be one thing. They'd be like, wait until fucking something, you know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
TCU did it, right?
So let me ask this question to go off of what Alex is saying. When does off season or spring, all that shit start after, all the bowl games and after the championships and shit are done?
like when's
How
appropriate
soon
time?
is that? Yeah.
Yeah, like to say, because I don't know. I think that's just weird to do that right now. I mean,
Right.
I know what y'all saying it's the end of the season, but me personally, I was just like, damn, that's how they could just do that mid-season. Like you said, one foot was out the door, so who knows how long
Right.
this has been set in stone. So that's what I'm saying. This could have been months. So it's not
This is something
necessarily
that
the season.
was absolutely like that was in the play for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to in his press conference. He's like, I told my wife 36. No, you didn't. There's no way that this happens. This is big of a deal.
Not that fast.
36.
Moving to California.
There's no way that happened.
I went from Westmore to Mustang. I had 24 hours.
You see what I'm saying? Like
You know
that's
what I
that
mean?
shit 30 minutes away.
California? There's no way, bro.
Man.
So like, if you could probably just
I would say after a bowl game.
but I'm
If you don't
asking,
make a bowl game, as soon as the season's over.
when could if you could just guess, like when you think how long he been on? Like I know they just speculate, but theory. But how long? you think
easily. I think all of this started to pop off probably end of September, maybe a little bit after Texas.
First
Word?
weekend.
Damn.
That's how early it started coming out, and he started getting job offers, and it was
Because if you think about, like, obviously me and DJ was arguing earlier, but for you to struggle against Tulane, for you to struggle, like, that's not OU, bro. Like, that's just
No.
not what happens. Those teams, they beat.
With this squad, we're coming back. I'm saying like the exact same thing that we had last year is what we
Yeah.
have this year, minus a few guys.
and you're legitimately supposed to be better on the defense side of the football.
Yep.
You got a year in quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You have some good receivers around him, whatever, so on and so forth. Your line's different, yeah. But either way, that backup team should be able to beat Tulane in a comfortable manner.
Yep.
Normal OU ways. If it's a OU locked in coach the whole season, you win those games. You ain't talking about they struggling, they're not, all that type of stuff. So it seems like he wasn't really fully motivated to make this team successful. Just okay with whatever the results that came.
And that's weird too with the money thing because they're about to move to the SEC and supposed to get more money contracts.
No doubt.
TV.
Big money.
Mhm.
You have, I mean,
Big money.
There's nothing that you wouldn't have at Oklahoma that you would now get at USC.
Yeah.
You fuck around.
You
and
are
get more
in
money.
a much better situation at Oklahoma than you would be at USC ever. Now, if you're going back to 2005, hey, I get it. You know, Reggie Bush is there. Go ahead and do your thing.
Right.
No, but this is definitely something that's coming back for a while, and there's nobody that's going to convince me otherwise. Because all season I was hooting and hollering about what that D line.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who just left to go to SC? Our defensive coordinator. What's been bad all season? Our O line. Guess who just left to go to SC?
It's crazy.
We have looked inept on every side of the football, and that is the head coach's job. Guess who
And
just
it's,
went to
and
go
it,
to
yeah,
SC?
and it's the same guy who said, "Oh, they don't like to practice." What?
No, so you're
What do you mean
half-assed.
they don't like to practice, bro? You're not making them practice.
Right.
There ain't no way, as a coach myself, if my team decide they don't want to practice, that I'm gonna allow them
Yep.
to just not practice hard.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a way
how it
we can
works.
solve that. We can go ahead, run up, downs,
Yep.
bear crawls, all that up this field until you understand where I'm coming from. But it didn't seem like no one, like you didn't really see a lot of clips this year of Grant spazzing out on guys like play harder, play harder. You don't really see Lincoln with all the emotion that he kind of had last season for certain things. And then all of a sudden now they're just like, oh, we out.
Yeah.
And the way he left and he on the plane, he hop off like everything cool, new shirt, like that fast. It's just crazy to me.
So how many coaches do you take with them?
Three,
Shit,
four.
3 or 4.
At least 3. Bill Beatonbow, our O-line, is still like up in the air, but he took the director of operations, he took the DC, he took Benny Wiley, which is our strength and conditioning coach, and then also obviously him. So 4
took
at
Simmons
least
too, right?
now. And yeah, that's the director of operations.
Oh, okay.
That nigga really pulled the Scott Hodges. That's crazy. We don't-
What?
Wow.
Fuck with
Okay.
you, fuck with
That's facts.
Yeah,
The whole
it's just
program.
again. I don't. If you want to
That's
leave,
funny.
that's fine. It makes sense. I just don't like the way that he did it, and
Yeah.
it just really screws Oklahoma for a while.
No, yeah.
And there's OU fans that are like, and, you know, I got a few friends on Twitter. They're like, "Hey, is this?" I said, once he left, and I told her, I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" She's like, "All right, what happened?" I was like, "Listen, it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
No doubt.
We're gonna keep losing players. We're gonna keep losing recruits until we can figure out how to stop this bleeding." Because the biggest thing, the biggest worry that you have right now is number 13 on offense.
Yeah.
Because if we lose Caleb Williams, I'm gonna tell you right now, we will spiral into Nebraska.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
It is gonna be bad for a
For a
while.
couple seasons, yeah.
And that's just the facts of it. Because you don't have a quarterback, you're losing your O-line coach, you don't have a DC. Lincoln Riley was your OC, so like,
You don't have OC.
dude, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Like that's how this happens. You want to know how Texas can't get their foot out of their mouth? This is what it looks like. You lose somebody like Mac Brown, nobody wants to play there. They went there for Mac Brown, and he goes, and that's it. Okay, cool. Then you start losing other people. They lost their DC for like, what is it? Will Muschamp left, and I was okay. He went to Florida, and then there's one guy that went to South Carolina. Okay, cool. I'm gone. Nobody wants to play for that university.
Yeah.
And so you can't even. There's no assistants that want to play, so they're like, well, screw it. We'll just go get high school guys. Then you bring in Charlie Strong. Then you bring in Tom Herman. Then you bring in Sarkeesian.
Nothing.
That's it.
And what's sad is I feel like all these recruits and all these players, they're looking for their future. They're not gonna be Norman and Oakland. They don't want to stay here unless they're from here, maybe. But like these recruits ain't going to stay here and deal with this because they don't know what the hell's going on next. I seen a recruit's mom,
Yeah.
like a
she-
Facebook post pissed
yeah.
off, and I'm like, damn, like he really did screw over a lot of people because they obviously thought that he was gonna be here.
Listen, as a fan, I'll always, we can do this podcast from now until I'm 80. I'll talk about we should have ran the ball, or I can't believe we lost to K-State, or whatever the case is. It is about these kids.
Yeah.
And there's a coach right there that will tell you, like, he probably loves to get up and go dribble a ball with them and talk with them about whatever, do whatever. At the end of the day, he doesn't wake up just to be like, I'm a morning person, I'll do what I do. I don't wake up just to say I want to hear a basketball dribble. It is about those kids. Let me tell you something. A lot of those kids probably are not going to go to the NBA. A lot of those kids are going to go to the NFL from OU. But to this day, I'll text, Hodges. I'm like, listen, there was about 4 or 5 things that you told me that I still apply to today.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that a basketball coach ever told me is like, you need to be coachable. You are not as good as you think you are. Shut up, put your ego aside, and be coachable. To this day, I still use that. My boss is like, what's one of your strengths? That I'm coachable. I think I'm good. I
doubt.
thought I was good at this, but this report says otherwise.
Yeah.
William, you made 40 mistakes today. Well, shit, I thought I'm not as good as I am.
Show me
Like,
how
how
you
many
better.
egos does how many men are in the playing sports where their ego is a problem?
Yeah.
There's one right now in Los Angeles, and he's number 3. You know what I mean? You've been bouncing from team to team, Odell. If you would put yourself aside and be like, listen, it doesn't matter what quarterback I have. Because let me tell you something. There was a quarterback that was in Houston balling out of control. Number 10, anybody remember him? DeAndre Hopkins?
Touchy.
The man had 6 quarterbacks and was still leading the league in receiving.
Crazy.
That's weird. If that had been Odell, he'd have been Mitchell the entire time. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's just a difference there. Like, you want to see what the difference, like, that's it right there.
Yeah, me, see, like, from my coaching standpoint, me and Hodges were a lot of the same when it comes to loyalty. So, like, we truly believe you can build a big, successful program over time. Like, but it's time, though. Like, you got to invest the time and don't look at it ever at money. And in high school, you don't look at it at money. Right. Never. You just look at it as, what's the future look like? How do we get these kids to believe? So, obviously, I'm a graduate from the school I coached at first. So obviously I was bought in emotionally already.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like, okay, I'm all in for whatever the situation may be.
Oh, yeah.
But the second we left, which was a hard decision, he called me. And he's like, hey, if you want to go, we're going to go. And you giving me that decision, that's hard. You know, I only got 24 hours. I talked to my wife. We have the discussion. She's like, I'll follow you, whatever you want to do. Cool. We make the change. It's all about, them kids didn't understand what stable was. They didn't understand. They didn't believe we was going to stick it out with them.
Yep.
And in college football, in OU, it's always been about stability.
Absolutely.
Bob Stoops was there for 20-something years, right?
Yeah.
However long it was. Before that, obviously, long time. So OU's known for that. So they respected Lincoln to be there till he was 7 years old.
yeah.
And then when you upright and leave like that, now the next hire has to be, you're going to be in this for the long haul? No. You know what I'm saying? Because I've talked to a lot of former OU players, guys that played, I have friends that played. You're like, one thing about OU, bro, they really, as football players, the community, the state, they love us. And the coaches talked about, but it's about the players.
Yep.
Y'all get the job done for us to enjoy the excitement.
Right.
So for this to happen the way it did, and then the season looks the way like un-OU-esque.
All of that didn't
You know what I'm
right at
saying?
all.
Like, people are like, want to support but are frustrated. Like, what are you putting out on the field? This isn't what we do.
Yeah.
It's OSU type shit.
You see what I'm saying? And I get that way with Gundy. But Gundy, I talk all the mess I want about him. But he ain't leaving.
That's true.
Win, lose, or draw, he going to come to practice every single week and get it done at the best of his ability. Now, he may not look like he's interested, whatever, but he's going to be there.
Right.
The players know if we go to OSU, he's going to be there for 4 years. Whatever he tells us is probably the truth, and we're going to ride it out from there. And in this situation, it's just not the OU way.
No, for sure.
So what y'all think before y'all move on?
Go ahead.
Is Lincoln Riley, Kevin Durant, then Timothy McVeigh?
Timothy McVeigh. Jeez.
I mean, how we like hate
I think so. I think
I mean,
KD's still
Oklahoma
up
City
there.
Ballman was real nigga, but they hate Lincoln Riley right now.
Hey, I've never seen a fan base turn so. And first of all,
In this
Kevin
manner,
Durant.
see, and I would say Lincoln because Kevin left at the end of his contract. Like that was he did everything he could. And that was it.
Hold on.
He was trying to get away from
the
Russ,
way
so
he
it's like-
sucker did it.
That yeah,
Come
I
on.
agree. Now,
So him and Riley might be 1A, 1B.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then what?
As an OU fan, I'm football first and basketball, but I'll go Lincoln Riley then. But I've never
fair.
As an
really
OU
hated
fan.
KD.
Well, I was talking to Kyle about it. Kyle's like, Oklahoma's football.
Yeah, so-
Like, yeah,
yes.
Oklahoma is football.
That's
That's
facts.
it. Yeah.
Thunder is still low key like a new, not
Right,
new, but
exactly.
they're a newer team.
No,
Yeah.
but see what the issue with Thunder is, the way they did it, he built that program 8 seasons, made them to the NBA championship, Western Conference finalists.
I mean, Rustin.
KD, no, I ain't saying KD. So KD did all that for us, and then at the end, you start to see him and Russ have issues, whatever the team situation, and then they lose.
And then the
way he-
organization didn't pick KD. That's what also like sent him
That's
over
true.
the edge too.
That's true.
It was
We
drafted.
picked you, fool.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
were handpicked from Bob Legend Stoops.
That's fair.
That's fact.
And given the keys of the kingdom, like you can have whatever you need, and we got you.
Yeah.
I guess
And-
if Lincoln would have went to Alabama, was the OC, it'd be like that.
No, bro, it would have been legitimately like
yeah.
it's legitimate like
Similar, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
they beat OSU or they lose to OSU and he goes to OSU
God.
next year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you
that's
something.
true.
If
Yeah.
you
As the-
thought
as the
January
OC.
6th was bad, let his ass go to. If he'd have gone to Texas or he'd have gone to OSU, if you thought January 6th was bad, I promise you see everybody up in arms. We'd have pitchforks.
It'd be rough.
Bro, we'd probably blow his house up.
Burn his business.
It would be
down.
bad. And I'm only halfway kidding. It'd be bad.
Yeah, so that's where it
I
is.
think
That-
Lincoln Riley number one. For
I think
That's
so
fine.
too.
As an
Gotta be.
Oklahoman, you for sure. Because KD still doing, KD just doing who
And I'm
he
and I'm
is.
telling you right now, because my wife who knows nothing about sports, and I know we're trying to wrap this up. My wife who knows nothing about sports, she's like, "What do you think? What would you do?" I said, "Well, hey, at my job, I used to be a temp. Then I got offered full time. They said, what would you say about being full time here?" I said, "Well, the number one thing that I'm looking for in 2021 and going forward after the pandemic is job security. If another pandemic pops up, am I unemployed?
It's facts.
Let me tell you something, Lincoln. You had I don't even know if there's another coach above. Maybe Nick Saban.
Nick Saban. That's it.
Saban.
That's about as
Oh, Mike Gundy.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, you ain't living with him.
Yeah.
But outside of those two, bro, I don't know that there's another coach that had
No.
that much security at
No.
your job.
Yeah.
LSU just won the national championship a couple years
2
ago.
years
Fired the
ago.
coach.
Ed Orgeron
2
out.
years ago.
OU, he
Bro.
could have been fighting it the whole time. 10 years later, finally win
Oh,
and been there for the rest of his career.
bro, thank you. I just had a conversation like about an hour ago. I said, bro, let me tell you something. This fool, just off of the success that he's just had, you had 2 back-to-back Heisman Trophy winners, number 1 draft picks. You had what, 3 out of the 4, or 1, 2, 3,
Jalen was a Heisman
4 out of
finalist.
the and a finalist. Your last 3 quarterbacks are starting in the NFL right now. One of them didn't look too good yesterday.
Man, screw my fantasy. We'll talk about
We're
that.
not going to talk about that. But I mean, and you've made 4 out of 5 college football, 4 out of 6 college football appearances.
Why?
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, what I would do, now of course that's me. I'm a homer, and I'd go to Josie. This is the offer I just got from XYZ. Can you match it?
Write my check.
Let me tell you something. They would have written that check.
Most likely.
They would have written that check.
Somebody tried to say they didn't want to match it. Or they
Yeah, somebody said something wild like that. Now, hold on.
I'm like,
10
I
years,
would
150
defend-
mil?
If that's what it
That's what's
really
being
comes out to
reported?
be.
That's what's reported.
there was a few like rumors out there that is like 10 for 150.
Ain't
Which
no fucking way.
Shit,
There-
even if he go to
Hold on.
California,
There-
he's gonna
wait
pay
a
that
minute.
shit in taxes.
Thank you. That's it right there.
But USC, didn't they not just have a scandal with all that shit with their money and shit? In the
Yes.
US not that long
Probably.
ago?
Oh yeah.
With their sports and everything.
Man,
So I'm
Reggie
just
been
confused on
getting
how
paid
they-
to this day.
Yeah, Reggie.
No,
Reggie's
but I'm
getting
just
cash.
saying, like, that was a big fucking scandal. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
how the fuck USC even? But
Oh yeah. Southern
makes sense.
California, it's always got money thrown to it. But I was like, everybody's like, well, he's making more. Not in California, you're not.
Yeah.
That's
The
sales
reason they
tax is
paid
some
you
out
150
there.
so it looked like you make 100.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That whole thing, but
And my biggest thing, and like I said, wrap this up. My biggest thing is, like I said, Lincoln probably could. Let's say he could probably go. We would be very irate. We'd be, blah, 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 blah. I would probably give Lincoln another like 6 to 8 years of having seasons like this before
Right.
we're like, we probably ought to find another coach.
yeah.
Because you're still in a position to be in a Big 12 championship.
Right.
All you have to do is win the next 2. You might make the college football playoff, and you had a 10-win season. How many other teams in the Big 12 had 10 wins this season?
With
You see what I'm saying?
What a
right?
subpar OU
02.
team.
There's exactly not really all that great. They're very talented. I think they're the most talented team in the Big 12. And I'm gonna go ahead and say, bro, there's a team up north in Stillwater. If we swap them for the last 6 years, Gundy, I promise you, we'd be making all the money in the world. Like, oh my God, he's so great.
Yeah.
He's won 6 straight. He's got Heisman's.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? The success that you've had, if you swap that with anybody, they would love you. Let me tell you something. California does not care about football like we do.
Nah.
Hell no.
A basketball state is
They,
Right.
hey,
Yeah.
we love OU football. We love Lincoln Riley. We love Bob Stoops. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like they go hand in hand like
Yeah,
this.
like you family, bro.
Exactly.
Baker
And like you said, with all these football players, they treated us like we. If I'd walk somewhere, they'd be like, "Oh my God!" Like I just got my food was free, my shoes were free,
Yeah.
all this good jazz. LA ain't like that.
You ain't
LA's not
nobody.
like that, man.
You, like in Oklahoma, you're important.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And USC, you just another cat around the block.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You ain't
and
the
how many
Lakers.
coaches has USC cycled through just in the past 5-6 seasons? Probably 4 or 5 at least. Let me tell you something, Lincoln. If you go out there and you shit the bed 2-3 years in a row, guess
Getting rid
what?
of you.
You're unemployed.
You're gonna be the
Damn,
OC of
stadium.
Oklahoma State.
The stadium gonna be empty in the motherfucker. I think personally though, yeah, it would have looked better if he would have just stayed and just went and see what happened in SEC if they would have got beat the fuck.
But
out
as a
of it.
competitor,
You know
as
what
a
I mean?
coach, you don't run from nothing.
At all.
Facts, that's what I'm saying. Like, take the challenge, nigga.
Like no lie, we done talked about many times when we first started coaching. We was in the toughest conference in the state,
Absolutely.
and we playing teams that we should not be playing against realistically.
Yep.
And we gonna say we better go in and battle with whoever, whenever. We didn't care what it was because that's just how we see it. We here to coach these kids to be successful against adversity.
Yep.
Here, bring it then.
Yep.
In that situation, you get paid millions of dollars to just coach these kids to go compete against other men.
Heck
In
yeah.
life, when life get hard, you just gonna leave? No, that's not what you teach your kids.
Exactly.
Young adults, you don't teach them, man. You just run from it.
Yep.
You get in there and get busy. If you think you that good as a coach, you go do what you do, and then go win those games.
I'm excited about going to the SEC.
And
I'm
didn't
a
you
little-
guys
I'm a little
tell me though
terrified, but
that
I'm
like
excited.
him moving? Did you guys move to SEC helps with recruiting as well?
No
It
doubt.
is.
Would have.
So like
But I
they had
think-
potentially to be like good. I mean, not
I-
just get ran through like everyone expects.
Like Tony
They're getting
said,
better recruiting. They could be good.
I think he was scared, like Tony said.
Yeah.
I think that's all they had to do with because if they go in there and start not winning as many games as they were in the Big 12, then his value goes down and how much he's going to get paid is going to be affected. So I think he went to a easier conference where he can get more recruits, if not the same recruits over there, and have a better chance at getting into the, into the college football playoffs than he would going to the SEC with all those teams.
And
That's just me.
That's
now
what he
you
said.
gotta-
Don't make sense because no
That's
matter
what-
what,
yeah.
OU still would have respected him and did everything as well. Just
That's why I
challenge.
didn't understand like,
Like,
with his
yeah.
beef with the administration. You're not gonna find a better one than OU, honestly. And I'm not saying that 'cause I'm an OU fan like that. What?
In total, no doubt.
You see what I'm saying? From
Look at all
top
the
to bottom,
Yeah, look at all the teams around you.
there's one down south. It swaps them. Bring Sarkisian up here just for a season. He'd be like, "Oh dear God,
Yeah.
is this what stress free looks like?" Yeah, you win a football game, it works out really well.
All we ask you to do is coach your kids right and get them to play
That's it.
hard.
Be all in, really.
That's it.
Be all
it.
in.
Yeah, So, I mean, we'll see. I don't.
Only one that got less stress than him is Gundy. Because they don't ask Gundy to do nothing.
Gundy
to
be
show
out there
up.
skipping. They be 8-4, ready to travel to Norman for Bedlam. He be out there skipping. Like,
I promise you,
stress
bro,
in
if
the
you go
world.
watch him this season, and this is the first time I noticed, he does not stand with the team.
Oh yeah,
He's standing at the end of the
He's
line, but by
always-
himself.
I'm saying that nigga
I'm watching the game like, bro.
Looking like Joe
His-
Exotic.
And,
Yeah,
and see
he's
now
always
in
up
football, and there's no disrespect to football coaches. I don't really understand what a head coach does, but hire his assistants to do the job.
Right.
So he's standing over there chilling. His offense coordinator running his thing, defense coordinator doing their thing, special teams, and he's letting them coach him.
Yep.
And he just over there standing.
Yep. Just chilling.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Like I feel like that's how a lot of times head coaches should be, unless you're a play caller. Which I think in that time is kind of you're a control freak.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day,
Belichick,
cool.
Saban.
You know what I'm saying? If you think you're good at it, whatever. But he's been winning games this way. Why change it?
Yeah.
And he's like, he won what, 6-7 games straight, and they gave him 10 years. 10 more years, and he ain't won nothing. Now he might win his first Big 12, and they might give him another extension.
Bro,
at the
that's
end of that.
exciting. Let me tell you something. If OSU wins, there's no reason why they shouldn't be in the playoffs.
And if
I'm
they
all
make
in
it, that's
for it.
going to be strange.
I'm all for it.
What if they made a
Cincinnati
run at
close.
it? What if they made a run at it?
Depends on who they play. It
would-
depends on who they play.
What if they
Yeah,
get Georgia?
because
Because
Chris
There's a-
Spencer Sanders would have to play. out
I
his
see.
mind.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, he
There's a
sucks.
man in a number 3 jersey that got played a little bit better than what he did on
A
Saturday.
little bit.
Hey, you.
The man is buns. I'm
What
sorry.
is it? Brendan Presley can't fumble the ball, right? Like on that punt.
But that's
return.
ironic that both teams fumbled the ball in the same spot.
yeah.
Like, that's really
literally.
weird.
Yeah.
It's like bad juju in there right there.
I swear, something crazy.
But yeah, wrap that up,
We
man.
need to get
It's
Mike
crazy.
McGunny on the pod. I'm trying to chop it up with that nigga.
You want to
Hey.
talk to him? You need to do it on your own because
I know that nigga be shotgunning beers, bro. I know he do it.
He looked like it,
glad he cut the mullet off. Shout out to you, my man.
man. Shout out to
He cut it off.
Gundy. Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
He's got a little slick back now.
He still racist.
Got that good in.
All right.
Ooh, so let's go to the next game, man. Ohio State,
What happened?
Michigan.
I got retweeted by a certain somebody.
Oh, who's this?
Lord
Lauren
Chamberlain.
No, what's her? What's,
Oh,
what's
my
your, how do you? I don't want to say her. I don't want to drop her name on the podcast.
But it's
Oh,
You hate me for thinking that she's pretty.
shut the fuck up. Keep going.
oh. Shout out to Spencer.
Huh?
Shout out,
I'm
shout out
not
to
saying
Spencer
her
Rattler.
fucking name. We ain't talking about that right now.
Okay.
Shout out to Spencer.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
For what?
Super excited for him for transferring.
What are you
Yeah.
excited for?
I thought he was amazing. I've been.
Oh, you're a
rooting
fan
hard
of him.
Where's he going? He going to Tulsa
Arizona
or
State.
UCL?
See, I can't
Hey,
wait
they
for
was
him
on
to go
Twitter killing him.
somewhere.
They was like, he should go to OBU.
That's fine. Hey, keep killing him because he will go somewhere and show out.
What if
Y'all
he
are gonna
go
sit
with
there-
and just
A good offensive line.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't know
Wait.
football, but is that nigga gonna be a great NFL quarterback?
No.
Okay, so what the fuck are we talking
I
about?
wouldn't assume.
I didn't think Carson Wentz would be a good NFL quarterback.
And he's not.
Wait, the Colts actually
I'm
all
just
right.
saying.
Hold on.
I better say,
He
hold
took his
time
team- he
out.
basically
They
took his
almost
team
beat
to
the
a Super
Bucks
Bowl.
just now.
Come on now.
Bruh, what? He took what?
He almost took his team to a Super Bowl.
Almost.
If he didn't get hurt, then the
No,
rest
no,
of the
he didn't
games-
almost. He did.
Yeah.
He got
Now,
hurt.
what was it? 2 games? 1 game?
Yeah, he missed 2 games.
Come on, man. No, come on, bro.
Bruh.
Mark. So was Andrew's buns too? Is what you saying?
Who?
Not
said-
Andrew
you
Luck.
said Mark
Andrew Luck.
Andrews.
He was buns.
Andrew Luck.
No,
Nah, he was nice. He's
Okay.
better. He's better than Carson Wentz, though.
maybe. Yeah, I have to agree. Maybe.
I'm finna say, come on now, let's not do this. But let's go to Ohio State, Michigan, man. We talked about it a little bit last week.
I don't care.
You don't care?
No, I lost the bet.
Who did you bet?
My homeboy is a Michigan fan.
So we were talking about it. Briefly.
Just so you know, I don't like none of the hardballs. None of them.
None of them. Why?
Just not a fan of none of them. They look the same. Bothers me.
They do.
Okay.
Oddly.
Right,
so.
I
Ravens
got
just
confused. Is there a Harbaugh that's coaching the Ravens?
Yeah, yeah.
I was lost in the motherfucker when they showed that nigga on that screen. I said, nigga, hold on. That nigga leave the Ravens? I was like, maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they how many is there only a couple of
I
them?
think it's two,
Two?
right?
Yeah.
It's two.
And they look just alike?
Exact same,
Yeah,
bro.
twins, bro. It's
Oh,
it's
dear
ridiculous.
God.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah,
So Ohio State loses to Michigan 27-42.
that's crazy.
They got beat
27
down.
to 42. The number 2 overall team right now versus number 5.
Michigan came with it.
Michigan came with it.
They came with
CJ Stroud went 34-49 for 394 yards.
How many passes?
He threw 49, completed 34.
Man, I know his arm was hurting.
Boy.
Did you see the weather?
Mm-hmm.
It looked glorious.
Oh,
That did look
gosh.
nuts. I wish it was like that here right now.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
And you saw in East Lansing, it was the same thing. The Michigan State game.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
snowing like there too.
Yeah.
I walk outside. It's 75 degrees. Cool, great.
Dude, I start sweating. I'm like, what's going
Bro,
on?
it's hot in Oklahoma. What we doing?
They was trying to burn that nigga in Lincoln the fuck out of here. It was,
Oh.
nigga, it was hell, nigga. The devil's like
They knew it was coming, bro.
All right.
He averaged about 8 yards of completion for two touchdowns. The running back had 17 carries for 74 yards, an average of 4.4 yards a carry, and 1 touchdown. Michigan, on the other hand, McNamara threw 13 passes. Or no, he threw 19, completed 13 for 159 yards, an average of 8.4 yards of completion, no touchdowns, and an interception.
What did it do?
They
Run the
ran that
ball.
motherfucker, boy.
Ohio State's defense is not great.
You gotta just.
How did Oregon beat Ohio State? Running the football.
Running football.
Wow.
Holy cow!
They had 6 rushing touchdowns. Haskins had 28 carries for 169 yards, an average of 6 yards a carry for 5 touchdowns. AJ Henning had 1 carry for 14 yards for a touchdown.
That's crazy, bro.
Y'all think if it was
All
in
rushing.
Ohio State, it'd been any different?
No, Michigan
Just
came with it.
They fucking I was sitting there like, God damn,
I
not
think-
one seat was empty.
Yo,
Yeah, feeding off the energy, like definitely.
That's true.
helped being
That's
in-
true.
in the
I
big
know. I
games,
was just
but-
wondering. I'm like, nigga.
But Michigan, I know they was at home, but they came with a game plan that was just gonna execute and get it done.
Yeah.
And that's just what happened, bro. Like you run the ball like that, it wears on teams. People,
Yeah, it
people
does.
don't like that old fashioned way, but it just
in the
it
cold
gets
like
the-
that too. Ohio State wasn't trying to tackle.
Yeah, you don't
before.
want to hit for that long, man. You don't want to block. And then, in my opinion, when it's cold like that, you don't want to pass.
No.
Yeah.
If people don't want to catch, wide receivers' hands be beat up. So
Mm-hmm.
they did it the old fashioned way, grinded it out, and took advantage of the situation.
So where they gonna drop to now?
Ohio State.
They're out of it.
They're probably like 6, 7.
Yeah.
OSU's what 5?
They'll
Why?
probably be top 10.
What would they rank?
Great was
Two.
2.
If
How
you
the
look-
hell they dropped that far?
They
What-
lost their second
Plus
loss.
to
That's your
number
second
5.
loss.
Yeah, so that'd be
Oh,
second
my
loss.
fault. My
Yeah.
fault.
So Michigan moved up, Notre Dame moved up, and Cincy, right?
Yep, Cincy and OSU.
And then OSU.
Damn.
And I picked Cincy to lose to Houston.
did too.
So that's fair. That's a toss up, I,
I, mean,
think.
I don't think it's gonna matter if they lose
Yeah.
or lose.
And Alabama's gonna stay in the top 4.
Maybe. If they lose to Georgia, they're out.
Yeah, which it's looking. Me and DJ bet 20 on that today on the camera, just so everybody knows.
Dante lied to this nigga and told him. I text Dante saying like, "Oh, hope Alabama lose. I'm gonna talk shit to your bro." I said, "Nigga, I would never say no shit. I don't give
No,
a
he
fuck."
didn't say that.
I like seeing upsets. I ain't gonna lie, and I ain't gonna lie. I was like, "Why these niggas, struggling with Auburn?" But I was like, I don't know
Bro,
nothing.
that was bad.
I'm just keeping a buck.
There's
I'm like,
one
they're-
team, one coach, in my opinion, that
That
get
was
it done,
bad.
and it's Nick Saban, if he can.
I mean, and they did it exactly how you're supposed to. I mean, you go 97 yards in 60 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was crazy.
Auburn looked like OU out there. Make a play. All you have to do is make a play.
Man.
Finish the game.
Yeah,
Get these
bro.
fools off. That's it.
that's it.
You score to go up. That's it. Okay, we're done. That's it. You're not going 97. I'll give you 45 yards. You punt them and put them at their own 3-yard line. That's it. I don't know how that happened.
Brett got slinging that thing. Pause.
Bro, we couldn't score a fucking touchdown all game, and then it just
just
comes in the
exploded.
fourth quarter,
Yeah.
and then it's like overtime, boom, score every play, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom,
yeah. Making
defense,
great passes.
yeah. I mean, just simple. And
They
then,
normally struggle against Auburn, though, right?
yeah,
It's- I mean,
it's
with games
like
like
a
that,
it's like
it's
a
like-
bedlam
like,
game.
I
It's like OU OSU.
I was just confused. I ain't gonna lie. I was like,
I don't know why in the hell they had Mr. Young throwing 51 times, but all right.
Bruh, I'm telling you,
That's
they couldn't run the ball. The Auburn's
Jeez.
defense, if you watched any of that game, Auburn's defense looked like Georgia. Them boys was crashing the line. Our offensive line could not block for shit.
yeah. It was.
Anytime we ran, it was for like a yard. It was ugly.
And then of course losing a receiver with Bama, and then just Miss John Mechie. I told you last week.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's a
I'm
dog.
sorry, he's good.
He's
He's
a dog.
really good.
NFL bound?
Yes, absolutely.
But he has an Alabama jersey on. Yeah,
I was
of course.
asking because
I
DJ said
mean-
nobody on the team should have went to the league this year.
I said this team, the way it started out, it was very ugly.
That's
It
all
was
I'm-
very, very ugly.
I'm
Now,
saying.
now he might go. I like Javante. No, not Javante. Williams. I don't know.
Jameson?
Yeah, Jameson.
Yeah.
Jameson. I'm tripping. Him. Robinson is cool. I think he'll be like a little Kenyon Drake, something like that. He got hurt as well. Fucking. And then, yeah, it was just an ugly game, man. That penalty that knocked Jameson out with that damn, what is it, helmet to helmet.
Yeah.
He tried to take that boy's head off and just smack the shit out of him. boy.
SEC West be out there tackling.
Yeah.
They be out there ready to head.
Oh, state tackle too. Don't get it twisted.
No, that's
they do.
true. Shout out to Malcolm Rodriguez.
It does throw me off when there was a white player on Alabama. Every time
On the
I-
kick return, too. I said, when the fuck we get white boys on punt
I'd be
return?
like, where that nigga? Doing? Like, nigga, you at Langston, basically.
Man.
What?
Hey, I swear to God, bro.
They be
I
built
still got
normal,
that.
too. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck going on over there?
I'm like, what's he
They
doing?
be bullying them niggas. I know they do. It's horrible.
Absolutely.
And they be fucking their hoes. Anyways, my
Man.
fault.
Yes,
don't-
sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. Any other game that
Nah, it
we
wasn't too many. That was
not
worth
too
it.
many, man.
Unless you beat A&M. That was bad.
Yeah.
What's
Ed
that coach's
Ogeron
name?
going out on a high note.
It used to be Ed
What's that
Ogeron.
coach's name?
Ed Ogeron.
That nigga funny, bro.
Yeah, he funny as hell.
That nigga is funny.
SEC's cheeks.
They are.
We
They
said,
are.
One more time, go Tigers. And that's it.
And,
Exit stage left.
and that shit. I guess we can go ahead and talk about some NFL.
Yeah.
feel
We're,
like
we're
got
about an
nothing?
hour right now. I'm just letting you know.
All right, bet. We
Yeah,
can knock
we,
some of this
uh,
out pretty quick.
Thanksgiving Day. We're gonna go all the way back there.
Hey,
Please,
ooh,
God, no.
Let's start out because usually we give Will, a tough time about OU. So we got to go with Tony with his
Man.
Dallas Cowboys.
Did you get to watch it, Bilal?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Here and there. When they start the game losing, I tend not to watch because they end up coming back eventually. So I ain't gotta
Right.
get so upset. But I don't know. But obviously we're down receivers. That's tough. You know what I mean, for the most part. And then it's just I don't know, bro. It's Zeke. He always getting up, limping, and act like something's wrong with him, which I don't understand that.
He had 9 carries.
Yeah, and when you don't have receivers, what do? You run the ball.
You would think.
Bro, what you mean? Michael Gallup and Cedric Wilson had great days.
I don't care about. Let me talk to you about Gallup.
He was your lead receiver. He had 5 for 100.
He should be. He
I don't
should be the lead
understand.
receiver.
He killed it, bro.
But if he's our lead receiver, our team is not good at the moment.
You don't have 2 receivers currently, so then you should be able to rely on both your running backs. And I don't know why Martin
I
McCarthy
agree.
just doesn't.
Let me tell you something about him. He
So
just
he's
need
like,
to go
screw
ahead
it.
and quit too.
He tested positive. You saw that here.
I don't care. He need to test negative, positive, all that. He need to quit. I don't understand what's going on with him. If your 2 main receivers are out, use that tight end that Dak loves so much.
You would think.
Using. You got Cedric, who pretty dependable all season. Gallup, you don't know if he's going to play 3 downs or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then you got those other guys. I don't even know their names half the time. So you have the man. You pay millions. How much you paying, Will? How much does he get paid?
16, 17 million there.
Hand him the ball. If it's 2 yards, 3 yards, then pitch it out to Tony. Let him go 7, 8. Just play the game.
Literally.
But this is what you do. And for some reason, you think Dak should just pass the ball all over the place. Then we lose.
Hey,
We got to quit losing. That's my issue with Dallas. Here we go again with this 8-8 bull that's about to start happening.
What's that stat, though, real quick? Where they do Cowboys are how many wins in O whenever they run more than they pass the ball?
I don't know. I ain't seen that step. How much is it?
I think I know what you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
something that's very lopsided. Like if you run a
Like-
lot, they're very
Like
very
36 or 30 something. In
Emmitt Smith. Let's talk about it. DeMarco Murray. Let's talk about it. You hand them the ball, the things get done. And we ain't always had great running backs. You have 2 really, really good running backs right
Yeah.
now. Use them both.
You saw Zeke's about to take some time off.
For what?
Like Dallas about to give him a little bit of time off. Let
Fire
his
him.
knee heal up.
Let his knee heal up.
Yeah.
He ain't ran all season. How his knee hurt?
Oh, all right.
Tony
Also,
Pollard's been our
Because they
best
finna
back
move
all
on to
season.
Tony Pollard.
Hey, 30 penalties is gonna hurt you too.
Mm.
Let's
14
see.
apiece. Hey,
see-
go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk about that because I would be flipping furniture
You
in my
gotta
house. if that
understand.
dude was on.
I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Mm-hmm.
Bad things just come with it. We look great. You know, Dallas always kind of throw a little fake salt on the dinner. But that dessert towards the end, they get to just messing stuff up, bro. We do great. We barely lose to Tampa. We win the games. Then we lose to the Broncos. How does that happen? Well, obviously over time in history, they beat us. Cool. I take that one. Then you go play Kansas City. Wait, was it Kansas City next?
Yeah.
Who we lose to right before that?
Kansas City? Was it not?
It was Kansas City.
Before you look,
It was
don't know.
Buccaneers.
Oh,
And-
Buccaneers,
yeah.
Broncos.
Then Chiefs.
Okay, so we're 7-4.
Yep.
So I just as a Dallas fan, it looks like the snowball's starting to fall down on the loss side, and it's just going to keep adding up, unless we can figure it out on running the ball. But if you're going to give Zeke time, who's our third string?
God, I don't even know.
Shit.
That's where I'm stuck with. And so as a Dallas fan, I watch, hope. That's why I don't ever say when I go into the season we're gonna win the championship. I will never ever. What I say this year? Let's win a playoff game first, then we'll go from there.
Right.
I've been doing this 28 years. We ain't 1-20 plus. So let's be realistic with the situation.
Right.
Take what we can get. So, Dak, we love you. I'm glad you tore your ankle up. You're the most dependable guy we got right now.
You're right.
Makes no sense to me. Offensive line, you got Smith, biggest dude in the whole NFL, hurt all the time. Was pointing at having him. So it's just Dallas will start to crumble eventually, and this is why we get looked down bad about as fans, because we just talk reckless nonsense and then start losing games.
You know, it's crazy. Y'all, quarterback Dak Prescott and Derek Carr threw for about 375 yards apiece. Dak Prescott threw 2 touchdowns. Derek Carr threw 1. But rushing the ball, Vegas had 143 rushing yards. Cowboys had 64.
So that's what it
They
is.
only lost about 3.
That's what it is, and they got an interim coach.
Mm-hmm.
So that should goes to tell you that. But yeah, it's Dallas. Being Dallas fan, it sucks, right?
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'd be real nervous if I was Anthony Brown.
Mm.
4 PIs, bro.
I totally forgot about that.
Come
What
on,
I say in the group?
That-
You got. Honestly, during the game, you got to say, bro, turn your stuff in.
you got
During the game,
you got to
you know,
switch him out.
you gotta say-
get a substitution or
Alex,
something.
after some people don't get 4 in a season,
Bro,
he got 4 in one game.
there's no way that
If
happens.
There ain't no way you go to OT and you letting him play. You got 3 to put you in the situation you're in. You go to T, he gets another one.
That's
Having a bad day.
You're playing corner. The one thing you know to do is turn back and look for the ball.
got to.
He looking at the man in his chest.
He could be going through some long day, you know, just tired.
That's
going through
fine.
something.
Send him to somewhere he can talk to somebody.
Yeah, that was awful.
You don't want him to play the game?
No. Obviously, it ain't
that's
helping
bad.
us be successful right now.
That's
Get him off
bad.
the field. And then he going to post a video the week before on the sideline talking about, I told you I'm like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
Like
saw
what?
that.
What do you like?
What?
And that would make me mad. See, this is what's wrong with Dallas. When you say something like that, and then you start getting exposed by Renfro.
Right. Literally.
So he ain't like that?
Renfro
No.
like that, but there are people that's
No, I'm
more
talking
like
about
that.
he talking about.
Oh yeah, no, Anthony Brown ain't
like-
like that at all.
Look, if he in the
Anybody
league,
like
if he in the league next season, I'd be surprised.
He ain't better than Diggs?
Shit.
I'm fucking.
What?
So if we're gonna move on from that, then we can go to the other
You said
guy.
Trayvon Diggs, bro. Is he
I'm fucking
bugging?
with you.
Yeah,
I'm
he
fucking-
played.
I'm
He
fucking
played,
with
bro.
you.
We can go to
fucking with
Billy Earl and his
Only one
Broncos.
on Trayvon Diggs love right now is PS2.
Yeah. Hey,
What's that do?
PS2 that dude. So Billy Earl, talk to us about your Denver Broncos
Your
beating
PS2?
the Chargers.
Yeah,
big
facts.
sixes. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Big
That
six.
was, that was blowing the text up last
I
night.
don't know why Justin Herbert kept throwing him the ball. Hey, number 2 is not on your team.
No,
Don't throw him the ball.
Is he struggling this year or what?
boy.
Herbert, I don't- you know,
Sophomore slump.
That's
don't know what's
crazy,
going
bro.
I don't know what's
They was
happening.
talking about he was King Tut last season.
Mm-hmm.
Better be glad Odell going through it.
Oh,
Why?
What? Go ahead.
what was it? Oh,
He's a professional.
Who'd they
cancer.
play? I'm tripping.
They played
the
Denver,
Chargers.
not the Rams. But
Fuck,
the
my
Rams is
fault.
the Green
Man,
Bay
I'll
game.
give
You're
confused.
good.
Green Bay was.
Why'd they do that shit?
I don't know.
That shit happened with the goddamn Pelicans.
They
and
just got
Hornets.
sued for that, actually, I think,
I
right?
got confused as fuck.
St. Louis is suing
Yeah.
because they said the Rams left,
Yeah.
you know, in a way that wasn't supposed to happen.
They gotta pay
Damn.
them.
So y'all, they
bill.
played the Chargers.
Yeah.
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 The Chargers in what state now?
L.A.
They're in
And the
California.
Rams are where?
LA.
California.
They're like the Clippers
How
and the
the
Lakers.
fuck does that happen?
They share
Sorry.
They got enough,
that $5 billion paypen. They both share that. Just like the Clippers.
like the Lakers, yeah.
God damn. I'm sorry. I was confused as fuck. I'm over here thinking, goddamn. Never mind, nigga. I'm gonna quit talking when NFL talking. I don't know what the fuck I was talking
You
about.
good? So
Broncos suck dick. That's all I know.
Broncos got it done.
Hey, they're 6-6.
They're about to make the
6-5.
playoffs.
Yeah, I was finna say.
I'm waiting all day for Sunday night, boy. I tell you that much.
I fuck the Broncos.
Because
Who y'all got?
we play the Chiefs for the number 1 spot in the AFC.
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy.
And the one team the Chiefs struggle with the most is the Broncos.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Teddy Two Gloves.
Teddy, too.
I guess it's Patrick Mahomes figuring it out, or
Kind of,
I think so. I
Little
was
bit.
never concerned about Patrick Mahomes at all. I don't know, like everybody. But is it?
Well,
it's
they only
4
scored 19.
games in. Like,
They
what
only
are
scored
you
19 points to get Dallas.
that
Which I
nigga was
appreciate that.
throwing interceptions left and right.
Well, no, I'm
every
saying
game.
he didn't look great, but I'm just like you're 3 games into a 19 game season or 18 game season.
Nah, he struggled for a minute. That team was buns for a
I
second.
think his brother stopped going to games. I really think that's why.
Well, that last game, his brother
Beat their
ran out
ass.
there and tackled him.
You're lying to me.
I think that was his brother who jumped on his neck.
I need somebody to explain to me.
That nigga's
I wouldn't be
6'3".
able to live with Jackson Mahomes.
Why not?
I'd kick his ass out. So
Jackson
I just,
Mahomes, how old is he?
He's from Dust City.
22, 21.
He's from Dust City.
He's not
we,
from
we
this.
don't have nobody like that out there. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Where? How old is he? No, he's
Like
not
22,
20.
21.
Your age.
Oh,
Yeah, he's super.
He's
young.
I bet your nigga gonna be at USC. Talk to me.
no.
That ain't got nothing with me.
Blowing Linky back in, boy. He gonna be bow, bow, back shots. Lincoln Riley.
What?
Pause. My
Lincoln.
fault.
Alex didn't.
Justin
my fault.
Herbert.
Pause. My fault.
28 completions on 44 attempts for 303 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Austin Eckler had 12 carries for only 31 yards. Broncos, Teddy Two Gloves, 11 completions on 18 attempts, 129 yards, and 1 touchdown. Is it Javonte Williams? Javonte, yeah. I was making sure I didn't butcher his name. 14 carries for 54 yards, 1 touchdown. Teddy Two Gloves, 2 carries for 10 yards.
Where's Old Dependable at? Where Old Trusty at?
Oh, Trusty, he killed it. Yeah, he had 17 carries for 83 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Not leading too crazy.
Old
Yeah.
Trusty.
Yeah, I like him a lot, man.
That's my boy.
You know what
Hate
I'm talking
him.
about? What's his name?
Melvin Gordon.
Oh, okay. I know that.
I'm-
name.
you might as well get used to seeing them ponies from
MG3.
Mile High.
Huh?
Said you better get used to seeing them ponies from Mile High because we locked up our receivers.
That's facts.
Hey.
Now all you gotta do is a quarterback. It's gonna get real crazy.
Bro, we don't.
Aaron
we'll take
Rodgers.
anybody. We'll take
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers.
Y'all ain't
Russell
getting
Wilson.
y'all ain't getting A-Rod now.
Who?
I don't think
Why?
so.
Well, we
He ain't
know.
gonna leave Green Bay. I don't think.
He's
With
not,
that defense?
he's not gonna leave Green Bay.
They're having a decent season now.
Hold on. All of a sudden, magically, Aaron Rodgers and LaFleur worked it out, and he's just not gonna go.
They seem like they've been doing okay this year now.
Yeah,
Later in the year.
Okay.
You don't agree? First was bad. I agree.
I think he cares about winning.
That's fair.
bro. With this,
They gonna fire LaFleur rather than fire him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would. Even if he doesn't go to Denver, I could see him still leaving.
Yeah.
Is
You
Becker
want
gonna
Russell
stay in
Wilson?
Cleveland?
No, Baker's going to be playing.
I'm so
for the
tired of
Houston
Cleveland.
Texans.
Becker going to Carolina.
Don't do that to him.
Sorry.
Don't do that to him. Cam Newton, I'm back on the bench. Yeah,
I'm back. He said on the bench.
Is that a real quote? I think it was. He was
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
because y'all
he-
got Cam Newton back don't mean you start winning games.
Yeah, you're not. No.
He sucks.
And then what? The second game, Cam
Don't
gets
do
benched.
Cam Newton like
Bro,
that.
he
No,
said-
bam,
hey,
interception,
hey,
bam,
you know what's funny?
interception.
He said there's not 32 quarterbacks better than him.
No, yeah, there is.
They had to go pick him up.
Yeah.
So that means you're 33rd. And right now in the NFL, you might be 32.
Where Colin Kaepernick at? Anyways, keep
And it's
going.
crazy with who you have as a starter right now. Trevor Siemian, something Mills. Whenever Tyrod Taylor got
Houston.
hurt,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Tua starting to figure
Jacoby
it out.
Brissett.
All these guys starting to figure it out.
How
You know
good
what I'm
does the
saying?
offense look right
It's
now?
crazy.
Where did Jalen Waddle
Waddle,
come
baby.
from?
Jay
Goodness
Waddle.
He's been talking
gracious.
about him a lot.
I've been trying to tell
Hey,
you.
He started going
first of all,
crazy late.
Devontae Parker got hurt. Let's not like so that helps. But
Yeah, it does.
he is balling out.
He
of control.
balling out of
I'll say
control.
that.
I
benched
think,
him 2
I think
weeks
he
in a
got me
row.
28 points. Yeah, something crazy.
I definitely benched him. I'm
Yeah,
upset
Tua
about that.
figured it out. I mean, Cam might be 32 best quarterback in the league right
He's
now.
not. He's not good. I'm sorry.
He's struggling.
And I'm all. Hey, listen. I'm no you fan of my homer. I'm sorry. I'm all in on Baker.
I don't, you know.
Breaking news: LSU to hire Brian Kelly. That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Anyways,
You serious?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird.
Brian Kelly?
From Notre Dame.
Yeah. Wow.
That's bizarre.
Wait, so what is Notre Dame going to do?
They don't know. They never know. We'll just figure it out.
we're bouncing back and forth.
Bro, yeah. So
We're
the
good.
NFC. How crazy is the AFC North? With Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincy, and Cleveland. Goodness
That
gracious.
is crazy. Who ended up winning last night? I didn't finish that
Or
game.
which one?
Cleveland, Baltimore.
Baltimore.
3, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, they won by 6.
That was the most boring game in
Yeah.
history.
Hey,
that
he
shit was
threw
ugly.
4 interceptions last night.
Yo.
And still won.
Lamar.
No, there was a couple he threw. I'm like, bro,
I don't know who you was looking at. Yeah.
like,
It was
I know
bad.
you got bad, vision sometimes, but that's rough. He might need some
Hey,
context.
you know who need context? Matter of fact, just go ahead and sit your ass down.
Who?
Ben Roethlisberger.
He got to retire, bro.
Did you see that yesterday?
Yo.
Bro, 41-10. How you go up 40? Listen, look, bro, you got Minka back there. You got TJ Watt back. How do you give up 41 to Cincinnati?
Jamar Chase go crazy.
I'm not saying he's not bad.
Oh.
You in a division game? Come on now. Come
Running
on,
past these
Pittsburgh.
niggas. I'm Jamar Chase.
Najee only ran the ball 8 times.
I know, but
that's not-
screw me
I
in
don't-
fantasy. Give him the
I
ball.
don't know why you do that. I don't understand why Pittsburgh does that.
Claypool,
Talking about some
After he's been averaging like 20 points from fantasy, like catching out the backfield and running.
What?
the fantasy. She be cracking me.
Hey, bro.
He screwed me. In
He threw the ball 41 times. Big man threw the ball
41 times.
41 times.
Old trusty right there.
No,
still
that's
trying to
old,
figure
that's
out-
old Busty right
He
there.
raped somebody. He raped somebody. He's still. I'm still confused on.
Oh, what is
I don't know.
I'm still
No,
lost.
you
Y'all be
think
talking
it's
about
Deshaun Watson. Nobody knows what's going on with him. He got a list.
He down there chilling, just collecting
that nigga
paychecks.
still in the league, huh?
Collecting paychecks, just doing nothing.
Well,
Man,
yeah.
I'm trying to see a podcast. Him, Ben Simmons, and Kyrie Irving,
Wow, I don't.
and Ben Roethlisberger.
Colin Kaepernick?
What?
All of them?
Colin Kaepernick ain't got nothing to do with them niggas.
Oh,
Colin Kaepernick was on some other shit. Colin Kaepernick or Cam Newton?
Colin Kaepernick.
Nigga
What?
throwing dirt on
At
Cam
quarterback?
Newton. Nigga, what?
Colin Kaepernick used to go crazy
I
when
fuck
he was
with
in the
Cam,
league.
but Cam Newton was good. I mean,
Yeah, he was. He was Superman for a minute. Super suck.
Superman.
Superman, and guess who ripped that cape off?
Suck now.
Von
He's,
Miller.
he's super suck now. That boy's pause.
So if right now, if you had to choose, you would choose Colin Kaepernick over.
If I had to choose right now, both
Yeah,
of them,
Colin Kaepernick ain't played in.
I'm taking Colin Kaepernick.
You can't get much worse than Cam, so I might as well take.
Even if
all
you
of it.
kneeling when the play when the
That
That's
ain't got nothing to
fine.
do with me. That's
Yeah.
on him.
and the fans throwing shit at you.
I'll live with you.
Man, them fans coming out here catch these hands. What's
Yeah,
really
right.
good?
Hey, I know some people. I know it can't happen, but everybody's talking about, you hiring Deion Sanders.
Man, he
Like they not hiring no black.
Dion gonna do HBCU. That's just
Dion
what
ain't
it
coming.
is.
Let me tell you something. I don't know who put that rumor out there.
And Will was mad about this.
If
one.
Art Briles is even ever in the conversation, everything that I own that says OU on it, I'm selling. I'm getting rid of it.
Quit the cow.
Art Briles he will never be an OU.
First off, let me talk about Tannehill for a second.
Woo!
Okay, let me explain to you something about him.
God,
You're absolutely right about him all season,
goodness gracious!
but it don't make no sense how bad he's been.
He has nobody. AJ Brown, injury reserve. Julio Jones, injury reserve. Derrick Henry, injury reserve. McNichols, the backup running back, questionable.
What is going on in Tennessee?
Bro, everybody's hurt.
So I didn't even think about it. I started him over Derek Carr. Don't know why.
Oh, I wouldn't know that.
Derek Carr had 25. He had 10. I still win, but I'm mind blown. So that dropped him. Mm-hmm. When they dropped him, got out of the way because Tannehill's buns.
Better have a better chance of getting to it.
Bro, the Patriots are quietly just
Yo.
balling.
I've been trying to tell them they don't listen to me.
That is crazy.
Mac
bro.
Daddy. That's what they call him now.
Remember when I said it before it happened?
I said it before
Yeah,
when
you
the
gotta-
season started. I
yeah, you
said
gotta pause that.
the most interesting player to watch, the one I'm most excited to see outside of Devontae Smith would be Mac Jones in
You said Michael Parsons too. Don't get it twisted.
Belichick's system.
He's been balling too.
I like Micah, but
But
y'all was excited about
You
him.
ain't gonna pause
You're a
it?
Dallas guy.
You know-
What's Mac Jones'
They
nickname?
call him Mac Daddy.
Okay.
They call him Mac Daddy.
Some shit, weird shit going on in New England. I'm just saying.
Hey, it's been weird for a while.
got
No,
niggas
but I
kissing the
remember when I
kids.
said it when Cam got cut the week before. I said Mac fits Belichick's system better.
Oh,
than
he
Cam.
absolutely does.
And obviously Cam is buns. So
What black quarterback have you seen come out in New England?
I don't think people should go to New England.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should ever be up there ever.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's the best receiver?
I don't know. Hunter Henry,
And what color is he?
tight end.
Is he white?
Tight end.
Okay.
Not black.
He said tight end. Nah,
Nah.
I'm playing.
No, but I mean, shit. I ain't been many since Randy Moss.
Right.
I don't remember.
No,
any
they
other-
got my boy on smoking weed 17,000 times.
Wow.
but-
Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
yeah. They was looking for a reason.
Aaron
They
Hernandez.
said we got to meet the quota.
He played for New England. I'm just saying.
Bro.
That nigga was
Hey,
blowing niggas'
no
backs
lie.
out,
What
killing
do you-
niggas,
oh my
Hey,
goodness.
doing drugs. That nigga was living a life.
Yeah, he
nigga.
was
I was talking to
spazzing.
I was talking to I think my grandpa and my uncle Rudy at the house, and I was like, yeah, because we were talking about Malcolm Rodriguez. I said, he one of us. He one of us Mexicans. You don't hear too many about those. And they said, yeah, they had one for New England. Everybody just started laughing. Like,
It's the only example you got.
right? I was like, yeah, that's not the best representation of us.
I want to know what Tom Brady got to say about that, but Tom Brady kissed a kid, so he might be okay. with it.
Okay.
All right,
Damn.
God. Anything else? Everything else looks kind of normal.
Nah, man.
Yeah, no,
everything else-
yeah, fuck all that.
Yeah, man. Everybody lost that shit for the most part, except for the Rams and the Packers.
Aaron Rodgers.
You go and get Von
Ram-
Miller and
All of a
Odell
sudden,
Beckham
Stafford
and lose.
cheeks now. All of a sudden, Stafford cheeks.
They said his back hurt.
Weird.
Pause.
They said his back hurt. And then they said, no, they
Because
said he
Odell-
had muscle spasms.
Because Odell's there.
So Dale's like
Probably.
a cancer for like.
That's what it
real life,
seeming
it's
like.
Ah,
like,
shit.
yeah,
Robert
cancer.
Woods tore his ACL the same day they signed him, and then now Matt Stafford's been hurt all season.
Okay, so say he dumped the Rams. What the fuck gonna happen to him?
Who?
Who, Odell?
Yeah.
He got to go.
I'm saying if they like, nigga, we gonna have to cut
You
you.
got to go
nigga.
back to the Giants, and then they got to bring back Eli.
He'll go back. He'll get back wherever.
It's crazy how you have Baker Mayfield, and now you have Matthew Stafford, and the best quarterback you ever played with that made you look good was Eli Manning.
But I asked you niggas, he's done for. Y'all niggas act like I was crazy.
He shouldn't be.
He shouldn't
no,
be.
he's not right now. He shouldn't
He
be.
I just
shouldn't
got
be.
that vibe.
He still has the speed, the hands.
Sure, he caught a
The
touchdown
route
last game.
runs.
He did well last night.
Yeah, but any athlete that gets
got
on
me
social
19.
media a little bit too much, they start fucking up.
Cam.
That's true.
That nigga
Odell.
having Drake over at
Antonio
his
Brown.
house, Chris Brown, them niggas doing dance videos. I'm like, nigga doing too much.
He being light skinned for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you saw what happened to Juju. Same thing.
Bro, I don't even know.
He's Odell 2.0.
What happened to? I ain't even heard about that nigga.
Juju started.
He's
kicking
hurt.
it.
Yeah, he tore
he
his
was doing
ACL.
TikToks and got fucked up.
That's still funny. He was dancing on everybody's like logo in
Yeah.
the field, and then he got beat that one game. They knocked the shit out of him.
hmm
That's just how it
Never the
is, man.
same, man. I think that's pretty much it, man. And next will be bowl games and championships, right?
Yeah.
All the good stuff.
Conference titles this weekend
Yeah.
for everybody.
Say what?
Said conference
Conference.
championships this weekend.
Yeah, shout out to Oklahoma
this
State, baby.
weekend.
Let's get it done.
And then we close out college football. We're getting towards the end of the season for the NFL, and then it'll be just mainly NFL and NBA from there.
Man, I'm going to just touch on this. LeBron had 39, 39, 39. That's all I got to talk about.
Okay.
Mm.
That's all I'm saying.
Go.
Yeah.
Last three games at 39.
Russell Westbrook only had 5.
Kidding.
No bullshit. He's been
39, 11 and 6, 39, 8 and 5, 39 something. What? LeBron is like that, bro.
Russell's only had 5 turnovers the last 2 games. I think LeBron told him you're gonna be in New Orleans. You keep fucking up
That got to be a record.
LeBron is. I mean,
for him.
you're 17,
For
bro.
Russ.
Oh.
5
Talking
turnovers
about
in
Russ.
2 games.
Oh,
I still watch him. And I don't know what the fuck going on.
yeah.
Because
so-
it'd be like he don't get turnover, but it's almost a turnover. Like the motherfucker throw the bitch somewhere and the nigga barely catch it and then catch. I'm like, bro.
yeah, and then touch on it real fast. Golden State's unbelievable.
18-2. No Klay Thompson.
Steph Curry's crazy.
Klay Thompson and James Wiseman
Dude.
on the Santa Cruz G League team. Like who the fuck?
Who
does
did you
that?
see that?
Yeah.
And then somebody
I'm
posted
not
a picture of Shaq and Kobe like them in the G League. I was
Yeah.
like, that's not who.
That what?
You can't
They
put
put
them in the
Klay
G
Thompson and James
I mean,
Wiseman
that's for them
on
to
the
get
G
some
League.
warm-up
team.
games.
Right.
Fresh
It's
them up.
cool.
This is
I'd
not
be
going to
mad
go.
as hell.
And then obviously Alex CP3, they're going crazy. They're doing
They
their
are.
thing.
I think they're 2 in power rankings.
Yeah.
too.
So and the Chicago Bulls still going crazy.
It's a fluke though for the Warriors, I believe. I
What?
don't think the Warriors gonna do it.
Let me tell you something. When they get Klay Thompson back,
It's gonna
and
be
if he
ugly.
anything of what he was, people in real life
Nigga,
trouble.
I'll tell you right now,
Especially
I ain't
if you don't have to
scared
play
of- I ain't
defense.
scared of that nigga.
Alex, in my opinion, I thought Klay Thompson was better than Steph when Klay was healthy.
Look, I watched Kyrie fuck on Clay in the finals. I don't give a fuck about Klay Thompson after that.
Or Kyrie?
I don't give a fuck.
Just asking.
You know, there's some
Klay's still relevant.
meditate.
Hurt still more relevant than Kyrie.
I don't
That
know
is
about
true.
that.
That's sad.
I'm just saying. Ever since then, I was like, niggas talking about Klay Thompson defense. Like, when did Kyrie fucking on this nigga?
Oh my. Kyrie. Nobody in the league can guard Kyrie.
Kyrie kicking it with Cap.
Nobody in the league.
Alex Caruso lock that nigga down right now. You see what he do to Steph?
We
Fuck outta
can
here.
bet whatever amount of money you want that won't happen.
Josh Giddey lock him down.
Hey,
Shout my nigga Giddey gang.
yes, sir.
Yo, we got to get off.
Nigga, you see the news articles? Are the Thunders even tanking anymore? Facts, nigga, because they just accidentally winning games. Nigga, they that nice.
We ought to.
What is it?
Spit it out, nigga.
Sorry, I was reading. Shut up. They ought to take for Paulo Blanchero.
Oh God!
Hey,
That's-
Y'all
boy,
see him?
no,
Was it Friday?
Yeah, he can't. He be drinking and driving. You can't be. He on
Yeah,
Ruggs. Him and Ruggs is cousins.
He said him and Russ.
Hold on, the Duke, was it we talking about Duke?
Yeah.
From Duke?
Yeah.
That shit don't make no sense.
Did you see him?
So the nigga, no, but I'm saying the situation with Mike Kikesi's
Yeah.
grandson, what the
Yep.
fuck going on?
Yeah.
Yep.
The nigga was driving and
Yep.
got a charge for driving.
Yep.
Because it was his, like, all that bullshit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just telling you.
He
Who
gets
are the
nice,
2
though.
worst teams right now? Them and the Pelicans? Or
Who?
Rockets and the Pelicans?
Speaking of the Pelicans,
Yeah.
your boy's back.
Who is the boy?
He's not back all the way. Wait,
Hefty Mefty.
he got about 50 more pounds to go. They gonna bring him back.
Hey, you know what's fucked up? I picked Zion. First round pick in both.
Oh,
First pick.
No doubt. No doubt. I picked Jeremy Grant. Better pick than him so far.
Obviously.
The Pelicans are worse in the East.
The Pelicans are bad.
In the West, they've only won like 5.
They're in
6
the West.
games.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know who's doing good though, right?
Who?
The Wizards. Who's on the team?
Oh my God. There you go.
Who's on
there
the
you go.
Pelicans? Brandon who? Ingram?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's been hurt.
Just asking.
Yo, he
been
playing with
hurt.
Bradley Beal. Don't get it twisted,
Kyle
bro.
Kuzma out there healthy.
Who's the
He
Pelicans?
playing.
Who on the Pelicans against Bradley Beal?
I don't give a fuck.
I just want to know.
You put Kyle Kuzma and Pelicans, they winning.
No.
Stop, bro.
Yeah, I'm keeping a buck with you.
You say what?
Wizards were just piss poor awful when it was Russ and John
So,
Wall.
for example-
you throw goddamn
For
Kyle
example-
Kuzma in that
hold on,
bitch.
hold
What's
on.
going on?
For
Niggas is
example,
getting buckets.
Before LeBron came to LA and Kuzma was the main guy, what were they doing?
He was way younger back
They
then.
won 20-some games.
Okay, but who was on that team?
Then he got the GOAT to come, and all of a sudden I'm champion.
Brandon Ingram.
That was a really young team.
I don't care.
Lonzo, Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle.
Exactly.
So
You
then
hear
he
that?
played with LeBron for the
You
long
hear that
time.
Ingram? You hear cancers. Lonzo
They don't
Ingram.
get to play. They didn't get to play
Kyle
with Bradley
Kuzma
Beal.
just needed a nigga that really get to it, and Bradley Beal get to it.
And Kobe.
See what I'm saying?
Okay, that was way. Kobe was already.
Pelicans' best player is who?
Right
Brandon
now.
Ingram.
No,
Brandon Ingram, right?
No, Valanciunas right now.
Valanciunas.
it was on the floor. Are you
No.
saying that? Oh, okay. You're saying
No,
right now.
who's been playing? Valanciunas has been averaging a 2020.
Where you at? You put Valanciunas?
Oh God!
You put-
Valanciunas, Ingram, Devontae Graham, Zion. Get out of here.
Hey, man, we get the fuck
That
out of
nigga
here.
hates Zion like I hate Russ,
Man, I'm
nigga.
telling you, I've been talking about Zion since he came out of college. There ain't nothing he done for me to think he nice like that. There's no way.
Julius Randle ain't better though.
What? Julius Randle give him 50 and 50. Are you crazy? Zion will never get most improved player of the year. None of that. Most injured player since Greg Oden.
I ain't gonna lie.
Zion wins.
For Anthony Edwards to come in and do what he's doing, And like these players coming in and do what the fuck they doing, John Moran shit. And you got
LaMelo
Zion.
Ball better than Zion Williamson right now.
Hey, shout out to Ja. Hope he gets back healthy.
Ja go crazy.
Yeah, that fuck, he
Oh, it was just a sprain, I thought, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah,
wasn't as
but
bad. Okay.
The way he was,
man, he be
yeah,
flying
he
around
look,
so much.
yeah, he little too. There ain't a lot of meat on his bones.
Well, I
jumped
think meat on his bones. All right.
Pause.
I think, but this is why which players would like communicate. I feel like Russ and D Rose probably need to talk to that nigga. Like, well, not Russ, but D Rose
What?
about jumping and like making sure to land. Like I'm saying, like Russ. I mean, fuck that nigga. D Rose obviously had to learn later on, like properly how to fucking
But Alex,
jump
did
and
you
land and
realize?
shit.
You realize D Rose got hurt like 1,000.
No, I
times.
know, but I'm saying the way Ja be fucking jumping and shit.
Yeah.
I'm not.
He got Vince
God
Carter
forbid
vibes.
that happen to him, but I'm saying though.
Right, that's fair.
Like them niggas jump so damn high and shit. You gotta learn
Yeah.
how to land right. Cause
but there ain't no way you think Zion better than all those cats I named on the Pelicans.
Ooh, Zion is.
He not better
He was the
than
leading
Tennis, bro.
scorer. He was like third,
Do you
fourth
see
leading
what
scorer in the
Valanciunas
league
is doing
last
this
week.
year?
He's been
He
nice
going
like
dumb.
that though. He's been nice like that.
Way better than Zion.
He just don't rebound the ball that much because he gonna get hurt.
Who?
Zion. That's why he don't crash the boards like that. 'cause
Why
he
he
gonna
gonna
I'm
get
just saying his
He's the most
like,
athletic.
it's
fat guy
not
in
looking
history.
good for Zion right now.
No,
I'm
it's
just
not.
saying.
Absolutely.
Like it's looking like he gonna be a bust. I hope not, but it's not looking good.
Ever since he busted them shoes, bro, it's been.
I think
downhill.
he fuck. I think he
Nigga
might
did.
fuck around and be doing this just to get out.
That nigga did bust some shoes.
Bro, he gained more weight than James Harden did that one time.
Wow.
Well,
Right.
he looks more structurally built to gain weight faster.
That's true. Yeah, his
He's-
genetics don't seem great.
The Nets
look
is
like a
dog
tight
shit
end.
too.
Yeah,
But-
that's true.
I'm a true believer. Kevin Durant just ain't that guy.
He
He
not.
might be a great player, but he not a great team
Dude,
builder.
that nigga's hooping.
And James Harden.
That's fine. He is, but
Yeah,
what,
he-
he,
they
Harden,
can
but
score.
James
what he doing
Harden-
for his team though?
If Kyrie was on there, I feel like they'd be straight.
Why do you need that many people?
Because James Harden is James Harden.
So Alex,
LeBron did it with Kevin
Alex.
Love as his third.
Yeah, but we talking about the.
you
Grizzlies
realize
all
his
the time.
starting point guard last year was KCP and Caruso, LeBron James?
We talking about LeBron James though.
They saying KD
They
better
saying
than him.
KD is
Nigga,
better than
I ain't
LeBron.
never in my fucking life had that thought. And if I had that thought, I thought about jumping off a cliff right after.
That's fair.
That's not even the same fucking realm of thinking. But I'm saying though, I'm like Kevin Durant got come some slack. He been hooping, but James Harden, what the fuck going on?
Yeah,
What are
7 turnovers up.
What are the pieces? He's had the two best assembled rosters back to back years,
That's true.
back to back teams. What else does he need?
You got
I
Blake
guess
Griffin,
it's fair.
LaMarcus Aldridge, Paul Millsap.
Yeah, Joe Harris, who's leading the league in 3-point shooting.
Point shooting. Yep.
Like, come on, bro. What does KD need?
James
6'7"
Harden.
foot guard. What else do you need, bro?
You see he bust Booker and talking shit to him? I'm like, nigga, y'all might not.
And then lost the game.
I'm like, nigga, come on now.
You gotta
The Suns
understand,
is
light
on.
skins is different, bro. You can't be coming to light skin like that. When you dark and light skin, it's too much animosity.
And that nigga
Assassin
Kevin Durant
come
don't
up.
wear lotion. You see that shit?
Yo, that was bad.
Oh, that was bad.
That nigga ashy for real.
Bro, he got them BBs too. Like, dude needed a
He ain't
stylist or something.
No bitches. I did hear one time. Never mind. I'm gonna say that story. But to wrap this up, Lakers need to fire Frank Vogel.
That's
Yep.
facts.
They need to fire that nigga. Get him the fuck out of
Their
here.
defense is terrible.
Go ahead, take
Everything's
whoever the
terrible.
backup is.
Man.
What's his name?
Who's that? Jason Kidd? No.
I think
Man, they go pick up Mark Jackson. God
I feel
damn.
that. He getting blackballed. Shout out to him.
Bear for real. Well, that's episode 33 of the From the Jump podcast. I'm your host, DJ.
Big Tone.
Alex in the building.
William.
I forgot Will was here. He fucking on his phone looking
Right.
at- being
We
off the
out.
OU news. Oh, it's another crew that fuck.
Beating off the